Billy Kane is awake, but while they're jumping, the throw sniped out once again with the forward jump. That was the short hop, of course. Got right on the mark, quick and easy. See you, Goichi. This man is hard. This man is pumping himself up. I see you, Goichi. Let's go, man.
He's like, I need to wrap this up fast, bro. Get under that AC again. You know what I'm saying? Get some hydration.
Hey, man, take your time. I'll give you a massage, Goichi, if you need it. Give you a massage. I'll hold the fan. Pass me that fan right there, bro. I'll just bless him real quick.
Go bless him.
Hell yeah, I would. Straight up.
They got the and the players in the players lounge. They got a massage room in there, man. I'm about to go line and say I'm a player and see if I can get,
You know what? Who was it that was in the massage room? Shout out to Ryan Hart. There you go. I heard Ryan Hart, you know what I'm saying? Has been loving it, you know what I'm saying? Get all that tension out of his body. I see you.
Yeah, got to.
Okay, about let me see you, son, man. Man, I love that I could just come over here. Yo, first and foremost, bro, great job. Appreciate everything that you're doing on the SHANK side of things, man. Just Fatal Fury in general. Especially that you're in New York. That's probably why I'm being so biased right now with you.
Shout outs to you, my guy. We got to get into this matchup, though. Goichi already, man. Beat down with throw off the back. That show. Yikes. You peep the background. EWC posters all over them. I didn't even notice that. That's godlike.
Right next to the ball. I actually was seeing that in the rehearsals. It's pretty sweet. I like I'm in the dingy hangars when I go to training mode, so I always see EWC.
Yeah. I like it. I like it. Tatsu. We're going to try to get Goichi, try to get about to the wall, excuse me, but great high dodge there. Another anti-air tool for Billy Kane. A great one to go for. He gets so much damage and extends into full screen.
Yeah, so one tool that I love that Goichi uses on knockdown, he'll just straight up run up on you and just do a DP break. That's just to expose text. And look, he looked like he tried to do it there a little bit just to psych him out, but I went for the legs.
Ooh, too far.
Oh, yo, going.
I love that he delayed that DP, right? We were looking for a just defend possibly here. Throwing off your timing as we get the kaboom for the big super confirm all the way to the skies with that one. You see the top of the bar, bro. And I'm not talking about you being drunk there.
Get ready.
That's right. Even if you regular jump, if you're at the lowest of altitudes, you can't JD.
Oh, you can.
Like I'm talking about, like your feet on the ground.
Low. No, you can't. You can't. But it also just you kind of throw off their timing, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Wait a little bit longer. Yeah, but no, you can't from that low either. So.
Okay, there it goes. The pooper scooper.
Just getting started.
I don't know what made me think of that, but there it is. Chucking that plasma right now is the side of Goichi. Just waiting for it.
Jumps in, target combo. Yeah, right now after your bow. Oh, there's another guard cancel. And you got to go with those, man. I mean, the Marco players, obviously, you get so much mileage out of it. That 50-50 comes in here. And now, again, not going for anything. He's just been looping the feint right there just to kind of get a bow to wake up with some type of an option, maybe a super. But he is not able to represent that as all. Gets the dash up 2B, a nerf 2B, but still very strong on the side of Billy Kane. DPs from far out. Dude, that was like that part of the knuckle that should not connect from that range. Gets the 2A, doesn't finish it here, and another guard cancel. The patience from Goichi, the defense, we talk about it all the time right there, working in his favor. Beautiful guard cancel, literally letting a bow forge his own path to losing there. He was like, listen, I'm gonna sit right here. I'm not doing anything. You come to me when you're ready to get this round over with. And just like that, man, he is sweltering right now. You see Goichi putting his all, man, giving all of his energy right now into this one, putting him 2-1 here, trying to wrap this up as quickly as he can, Yipes.
This man is hyping himself up. I like that. With age, you just get more buttons on the arcade stick. You notice that?
Yeah, I noticed that. Yeah.
It's all right, man. Yo, give my man more ice in that bag, yo. We need it. We need him to stay in them cool altitudes. But I mean, he's a cold-blooded killer at the end of the day. So no matter without the ice or not, the bow's gonna have to think about it because it's being the aggressor right now. It's go eat ya. Man, I used to call this man Go One for such a long time.
Understandably so. I mean, he is #1, right? The returning champion, looking to keep that single digit by his name. Doesn't want to be like any other one here, but we got to get through this first round, of course, in a great position to bow. Yet again, beautiful high dodges. I'm loving that he's sniping the air approach from Goichi, but Goichi is still usually winning on the ground. We see some fireballs the first time in this set here, which is interesting. Marco's got a great one, but obviously he's been so close to him. Doesn't need to go for it. Confirm. Oh, there it is. EX neutral skip. It's time to play the game. Triple H style. And we get out of there, though. Oh, and another one. Again, are we gonna overhead now? We still have not done it yet, Yipes. This is crazy. An entire set. I know every Marco on rank be frothing at the mouth to hit those. Goichi, though, doesn't need to. Represents the ignition gear. Set point for your returning champion.
My bow's not ready, man. I mean, defensively, I see what he's trying to do. He's trying to counter poke on his wake up, but you see those little slight delays. He's like dashes up, look at his food, and just goes for the crouching light kick every single time. This man Goichi is on one, but there you go, Bow. Wake up. Looks like he hit the snooze button.
You gotta crack him over the head, too, with that pole. See if we can get a big one here. Speak softly, carry a big stick is Billy Khan as we get the super storm. He said it's getting hot around here. It damn sure is. You about to hit him burning all the way through. Wake up, Rev Blow, though.
That's right. That is karate. The multiple chops, the trade. He almost was in range to actually still get the combo, but it was a light on light, right? So he kept it kind of even for them. There you go, about, Show some prowess here, my boy. He was getting washed.
Yeah.
Them clothes was getting hung up.
Yo, dry, yo, hung out to dry, bro. You don't need that, man. Definitely got to run this back. Beautiful 2C. Cut the dash in there, and that was greatly done from Abao. Abao looking awake, like you said, closing his corner. This is what you need. Maybe force a bad habit out of Goichi. Goichi doesn't care, though. He's going to hold up north on that stick, get out of the corner, run it back, but I got the cross-cut DP on my side. You can't skip out of here, man.
Yeah, let's go for the legs or the pull my finger stand jab. No, I love it. The whiff into the low. He hasn't represented that overhead yet. I mean, that one interaction with the trade, of course. Gotta watch out, Bow. There you go. Get your space. Reset that in Gambit, please. Stay right there. That could have been a super. Which is good for those.
He's trying to flex. He's trying to far B the Billy Kane's far at C. That's crazy. Trying to go from there. Gonna get the jump C at the right time over the EX straight pole. Shokuken.
The delay low. Woo, you a scumbag, Goichi. I flinched, I promise you. He doesn't have the meter yet, but if he's using more special moves, of course, he's building up on that power charge and just run up and give him a piece of his mind. Goichi, moving forward, never backwards. Taking it over, Abao 3-0. Solid as usual. I'm not surprised. At the end of the day, you know what I mean? If anybody could take it to Goichi, there's too many killers nowadays, but I wouldn't be surprised if Goichi just washes you throughout this whole tournament. The best of the best is in the building. Your champion moves on.
I mean, with that play, you couldn't have told me that this guy was suffering, right? Having some problems health-wise, but he is looking great. He's looking strong. The Goichi of old has returned here, looking to double up, get another one of those trophies, defending himself as well. But we got to give shout-outs to Abao. Abao came here, fought really hard in the LCQ. Unfortunately for him, had to run into the returning hungry champion because, you know, that's the breaks, man. That's how the brackets end up. But look at this matchup. Goichi already with the DP breaks. He was deep in thought. He's like, well, what do I do? I got to figure this out one. But Goichi, the guard cancels, man, so prevalent in this set. And I think just cutting off the offense, guard cancels are so strong, obviously, Yipes, but doing it to Billy Kane was just so strong.
Okay, guys, but listen, kick back and relax for a second. We're just going to take a little bit of a breather, but please enjoy these highlights. More EWC action when we return.
Welcome back. 4 games down, many more to come, and already exciting endings. I would have to say Goichi finds a way to get a win despite literally being up there with ice to cool him down. Talk about a champion. He's trying to go back-to-back. Hey, I'm Taylor Reflections, Noble Course, Logan Sama. Tasty Steve!
Hey now.
Welcome to the desk. How you liking the action so far?
Bro, it's been crazy. It's one of my first time. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. I'm trying. I gotta keep up. I gotta keep up. I gotta keep up.
We got you.
First time being able to talk about this game at this level, and it's crazy because this is the highest level you can get. It's crazy to see this game played, especially at such a big esports level and so much representation. I'm glad we got such a good group to start off today.
Well, Steve, let's go right back to you, man, because you were watching over there in the green room. You came up here. You know, there was a big talking point that Logan, Colt, and myself had at the top of the show. Basher comes in, the young gun making big waves this year. He goes against Score, a rematch from previous tournaments in the past. They go the distance for what it's worth, but Score, the experience, pays off.
Old man action. I like, look, as an old man representative of the fighting game community, no slack to the young guns. I love seeing the older players get up there. Score came ready to play. The pre-show, obviously, a very strong choice on the side of Basher, and I'm happy to see him get to travel. Just started, but it goes to the old man. The offense is just too strong.
Yeah, he was experienced enough to change his character, right?
That's true. That's true. Look, if everything don't go to... Sometimes you want to give him a ground, so you go early with the Andy, right? His Andy, that's what he's known for. But, of course, it wasn't able to get the job done. Mr. Karate, however, we know the nose knows it all, and put the mask on if you want to get the win.
Well, here it is.
They didn't care about me until I put on the mask.
Goichi gets a big 3-0 against Abao. Lancer, though, unfortunately, a heavy 3-0 loss against Fenrich.
Yes.
But Punko comes in strong against Neku, taking him down 3-0. And then, of course, we talked about it, the 3-2. Basher versus Score. The experience pays off. Score moves forward, and Score's looking to do a lot more damage moving forward because we have our decider matches. And now, for the decider matches, by the way, puts you one step away from advancing to the playoffs. So, Logan, for these competitors, some of them, especially like Goichi, right? Fenrich, Punko, as well as Score, they're one match away from moving forward.
Yeah, of course. You know, they've come into this, they've had time to prepare for their matches, and they're going to be looking ahead. They're going to be aware of what their potential paths is. The big discussion point, I don't know if we're going to get into these matches yet.
Not yet.
That, but, you know, we're looking down the line, and Fenrich Goichi is definitely one we'll talk about at length.
Absolutely.
But yeah, of course, they're no strangers to getting the job done. They know that it's a long and arduous road to that EWC title. They're very, very much locked in and ready to go. And all those 3-0s, you know they're locked in.
Yeah, which is, so again, first time coming into the fighting game scene. It was blistering fast, Steve. I was blown away.
You asked us at the start, right, how long is this going to take?
Yeah, right.
And Colt turned around and went, about 7 minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
He couldn't believe it.
I'm used to like 30, 45 minutes per game.
7 minutes was an overestimation for some of those sets.
I'm like, what is going on? 7 minutes, but it was that fast, which makes it that much more impressive watching them play because, I mean, it quite literally comes down to frame-by-frame action. And Basher knows all about that, but he's got to come back and protect his key. Let's hear what Basher had to say.
Hey everyone, I'm here with Basher after his match with Score, an epic showdown indeed. But I want to get some info from him about how he feels it all went down. So, Basher, obviously, at this stage of the game, when you're playing on a massive stage where there's a lot of pressure, there's different things going through your head. You might change how you're thinking about a matchup, how you're thinking about an opponent. What mentally, if you could go back, would you have done differently?
Ahora que estás jugando en un estadio grande con mucha gente viéndote, a veces quieres pensar de otra forma en la manera en la cual atacas a un oponente. ¿Qué te hubiese gustado hacer diferente en esa partida?
Pues creo que supe llevar bien los nervios. Pensé que iba a estar un poquito más afectado por el escenario, pero no, creo que pude mantenerme concentrado en el juego. Lamentablemente pues perdí, me hubiera gustado tal vez ser un poco más paciente en la partida, aguantado un poco más. Estuve en un momento a un golpe de ganar, pero pues Score me dio la vuelta, así que creo que me habría gustado ser más paciente.
I think I did really well with the nervousness. I thought I was going to be way more nervous in the stage, but I think I would have liked to be more patient here. I was maybe one hit away from winning at some points of the game, but at the end of the day, he took the score away from me, and I wish I would have been a little bit more patient.
All right, I guess experience is key, and hindsight is 20/20.
You know, you look at Basher and clearly a little bit nervous, right, getting onto that stage. He only has experience, I believe, leaving Mexico for a competition only one other time before this. So, Steve, for his first global competition, he gets out there under the bright lights. He's nervous, but he still went the distance.
I mean, you got to think about it. His character's very strong. Preacher, one of those characters that still very strong in the meta. And just the fact that his knockdown mix was so strong. Knockdown, hold the fireball, and very much taking advantage of some of those corner situations. So much so that he forced the switch from Andy to Mr. Karate against Score. And Score really started to feel better after that, but it was only because he had a lot better job and easier tools dealing with it. The damage cash out from Mr. Karate. He had a fireball that he can play with that actually traveled full screen, and the damage cash out tells the biggest story.
The number of times you see him just catch him in an intro there, Hienshu Bikaku as well. It was crazy.
It was crazy indeed, but it wasn't just the only series. Even though it was the closest, Punko ended up going against Neku. It was a blowout 3-0.
It was, but I don't think it was that easy as it was on paper for Punko, because you see at the end of the set how emotional he was, how expressive he was at the end of the set. It meant a lot to him. We're used to seeing Punko cool and collected. That wasn't the case here. It was a move on to this one, and another dominant set from Fenrich.
Yeah, Fenrich comes out 3-0 against Lancer, Steve.
Yeah, and look, the thing is, we all know we're going to see a lot of Pinocchio, a lot of Tengu mask out there when we get to it, and that's one of the reasons. It's the high damage, and the fact is, Fenrich is one of the players that you need to look at along with somebody like Goichi, who is just as high up on that Mount Rushmore of fighting games.
Goichi comes in strong. He had no time to waste. Get back in that AC, but he looked great. A quick 3-0 win against Abao. Now, let's not forget Abao just qualified the other day via the LCQs.
Yeah, he's coming in with a huge amount of momentum. He won that LCQ, but momentum was nothing there for him because Goichi just completely shut down Abao's offense. The guard cancels were immaculate. There was no momentum. It hit the wall, basically. He hit the wall of Goichi, and that's exactly where it stopped. 3-0 was a very reflective score for that set.
Absolutely. Goichi, again, looking strong, trying to go back-to-back. Story still developing. After all, that's only 4 matches so far. We need to finish this group as a whole, right? So, of course, coming up next is going to be some more matches, not only to go into the winners, but also to protect their own key. We might have some people get eliminated very, very shortly. But for you all out there, fresh season means fresh characters, and you have a chance to get yourself the Fist of the North Star, Kenshiro. Let's see what it's all about.
Whoever is next to die, come step forward. Love will never die. Stronger together. Not bad. You are already dead. Fatal Fury, City of the Wolves.
This ain't no regular thing. I came for the ring, you know what I mean. You see my name in the lights, better get right, I'm champion.
Welcome back, everyone. We're about to head into our first elimination matches. Things start to heat up as they will continue over the next 4 days. I'm Taylor Reflections Noble, Logan Sama, and this time around, we've got a special guest, Rupamonger. What's going on, man? How you feeling?
Doing good. I literally just got off a flight, and I'm here right now. Hello.
Where you coming from?
Coming from good old Canada.
Ooh, long flight, huh?
It's pretty long.
But worth it, though. Worth it to be here, of course.
Absolutely. I've never been in Europe before, so it's quite the experience.
Europe at all? Obviously, I haven't any chance to experience it that much yet, but...
I got to see the ride from the airport to here, and it's lovely.
You probably still saw the Eiffel Tower, though, on the highway, I would assume.
Maybe I'm blind. I don't think I saw it yet.
Well, you know
I'm going to aim to see it, though. I'm going to aim to see it.
If I wasn't wearing contacts, I'd be blind as well, okay? Hey, Eiffel Tower's out there. You got a lot to see, of course, and including here at EWC on this very stage. We just watched 4 matches. Did you have a chance to catch any of them, obviously?
Yes. I came in. I literally saw Goichi do his thing. Big fan of Goichi. You know, I started back in the... Got my name out there in the Dragon Ball Fighters Day, and Goichi was very dominant back in those days, and he's still dominant to this day. So him just still doing his work.
That's right. Well, I guess let's go a little bit deeper. You know, if the crowd doesn't know who you are, who are you? What does fighting games mean to you? And what does Fatal Fury to you as an influencer?
Well, for me, I'm the Roofamonger. If you know me at all, probably because I do a lot of fighting game related guides, info, news, this, that, and the other. Fighting games mean everything to me.
Okay.
I've been doing this since 1991. I'd say 89, but Street Fighter 1 actually kind of sucked. So Street Fighter 2 and onwards, we're good to go. As far as Fatal Fury, like Fatal Fury is an OG. Like I've been there since Fatal Fury 1. I love Terry. When Mai showed up, everyone loves Mai, but Mai wasn't there till Fatal Fury 2. I'm a Tung Fu Roo kind of guy. I don't know if he's ever going to make DLC. We'll see. But yeah, just like many of the OG fighting games, I love Fatal Fury along with every other kind of fighting game.
Well, coming up, though, speaking of fighting games, I believe Basher will retake this stage to go against, or excuse me, it's going to be Punko going against Score. This is going to be our first winner bracket match. Winner moves forward into the playoffs. What do you think about these two competitors?
I'm a Punko kind of guy. Like, he definitely made his name back in the Street Fighter 4 days, and I've been a fan ever since. So, like, regardless of anything else, I got to vote for my boy.
You a shirt-off kind of guy?
Sorry?
Are you a shirt-off kind of guy?
Not right now. We're still losing weight, but not quite there yet.
Is that the thing?
That's the thing.
That's what I've been hearing
Punko.
about.
Yeah,
He's the guy.
Punko is the guy. Can he do it here? I don't know if he's been told about the rules.
Well, he's got that esports jersey on. I think we got to keep the brand going strong here.
He does. He's representing Weibo.
Unless he's got that tattooed on him underneath. But
you know what? It might be a special appearance. It's going to be Punko Weibo Gaming going against Score, and Score is coming off of a 3-2. It's a very tough series against Basher.
Genuine veterans as well. Punko at 40 years old, Score at 42, so they're doing it for us older gentlemen, showing that we can still compete at these levels, which is very exciting to see.
I'm in my 40s myself, so I'm always going to root for the old guy.
All right, well, let's go with the old guys. I love it. The old guard out here on the desk and on the stage as well. El Colt Vicious, let's get the party started.
And here we are for the rest of the matches here in Group B. Myself, Vicious, with El Colt to bring all the action here in City of the Wolves. As you guys have been watching thus far, Punko versus Score is what you're looking at, but what you could expect is going to be sheer mayhem. Colt, how are you feeling about this matchup?
Oh, I am so happy to be here. These two legends, these two are complete titans that have been engraving their names in our fighting game history. And now, right now, we'll be able to see who can survive. In the winner side of the bracket, of course, there is still a lot of road ahead of us of good quality. Of course, we are watching Score. We know him. One of the most complete gamers, an absolute gamer. In terms of the SNK Familia, he's always there, like representing, super invested in all of these games. And of course, Punko, we know him, like the crazy guy.
Right, so that's the thing. When you talk about the craziness, it's controlled chaos majority of the time. When you think about the type of offense he presents, majority of the time, the players he's playing up against, they're in his realm, right? They're in his jurisdiction. You have to keep up with his pace in order for him to stop, and that's the only chance you'll get to actually score a round, score a knockdown, etc. The crazy thing about it is, they have faced off against each other over at EVO Japan. Although they were both within the top 8 in their respective games in City of the Wolves, they actually had the luxury of facing off against each other. Punko had the better half of it, 2-1 against Score. Can he find the rebuttal here at EWC? Game 1 begins.
I think that you used the perfect word there, my dear Vicious, the word control. How much control can Punko have instead to fight these Mr. Karate from Score to do that? We know, of course, we'll be baiting a lot of those Draco Supremos, but so far the offense is on in the side of Punko. There you go, get punish over there. He's one of the wild ones, and this is going to deliver a lot of damage.
Yeah, although we talk about that stance a lot, Supremo is not going to stop you if Gato is on the other side. Now the pressure begins. We get the forward throw, but the SPG could spell a lot of damage from the side of Score. Revving up now. We do get the Drago Supremo. It's not going to be the one to open up. We get a big counter hit from Punko to at least leading to the knockdown.
made the read immediately in order to punish the wake up. The super is going to deliver damage, and there is a big opening. There is not a lot of hit. Maybe there no resources there. He's not going to make it. So close. Unable to kill. He got the money.
Crazy, son.
He's cashing out. Round number 1 is going for score. What a comeback. We're going back and forth, my dear Vicious.
I was looking at the rev meter. I was looking at him going from XL to XL route, and dear God Almighty, he was building up so much damage. Already into the next round, though, Punko scoring the initial knockdown score is in this corner. He's going to get hit with the ignition, causing this knockdown. Punko, what's going to be the setup?
Nothing, just patience over there trying to land from the top. But now the opening is here for score. Trying to go from left to right, right to left, and finding the damage on the wake up options. And now finally Draco Supremo, the counter is here. And you know this is gonna be a lot of damage. You're gonna be into SPG. Punko, how are you gonna get out of that corner?
Oh, you're definitely listening to the Dragon's Roar, but now the command grab coming in from the stance as well. Supremo, reigning supreme, actually catching the jump. There's gonna be a lot of damage on the table. It might just be the game for score. He's got an addition. Best believe he's gonna go into it, and that's going to be the finisher for game 1. Score showing a huge difference in comparison to the last time they met, right? He was going in with the Andy the last time. This is a whole different score, no pun intended, with the brand new choice coming in with Mr. Karate.
Yeah, that's the point, right? This is a new age of the game. In Evo Japan, things were different because of the characters, and now they are here facing each other as the new weapon of choice is here. No other than Mr. Karate.
Yeah, so sharp and pretty much out the gate for a lot of these characters. That's actually how a lot of the people have been kind of adjusting towards qualifying from where they did up until this point, making sure that they have a karate at their disposal, under their belt. But right now, Punko obviously going through a little bit of the contemplation phase, right? There has been a lot of trials and tribulation as he's been the Gato main from out the gate. I think there's been so many matchups that he's been accustomed to.
From the start.
Exactly, right? So I don't doubt it that he'll be able to get himself acclimated towards the things that Score is showing off right now.
No, going for the stance. Oh, but you are gonna get the head. And I will tell you that. Like, the thing here, when you face karate, control is the stuff. You really need to be very careful with your buttons. You cannot be crazy and insane. And of course, right now, Score is capitalizing on that little mistake from Punko, but I love that cross-up. And now against the corner, you're gonna get the counter hit. It can hurt, and this will give Punko the advantage.
Being able to get that juggle was ever so important. Now leading into the other uppercuts, landing actually into that uppercut, We do get the back stance into the command grab. Very similar stuff too. Give me that!
Look at that those fancy shoes, my friend. That's some bling. Oh, but you're gonna wake up with buttons. I love that, Punko. Yeah, the craziness. You do talk about control, Vicious. The chaos, Vicious, there it is.
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of times where if you're gonna test somebody, close 5A, obviously on wake up, being able to have 4 frames to you, it's the best way to chase. Oh my God, best way to test, I should say. That back stance into command grab, going into the rest of the XL is so important, right?
So important to be always flowing, always attempting new stuff. Okay, the stance is not gonna work here by Score. Ah, nice jumping, not allowing Punko to get anything, but finally back against the corner.
I think it's so sick that he has that, right? Off the wall, being able to jump deep.
Immediately cashing out, trying to make as much damage as possible, not going for any kind of upscaling. No, you're gonna get punished. Don't think that is not unsafe. And there you go, skipping the neutral, Vicious.
In Shippuden, it's gonna be something you have to get used to. But man, I gotta say, Punko's been doing a great job of, I wanted to say, avoiding the stance up until this point.
He's dead. To be honest, it's so heartbreaking sometimes that you are doing great. You make one mistake, and players like Score will be able to say, look at those fists. Like,
every single
Score
time.
smash!
Every single time. When you get the camera up on Score, best believe, he's smashing his fists together. He is ready for some more of that action. I like that. We do get the JDGC. Going into the uppercut as well. A couple of confirms, couple of lights into the ignition.
Getting a little bit of ice into Punko's offense, not allowing him to get any kind of momentum, but here we go. Rising up over all that waterfall, we are going against the gravity.
In air, that's a counter. You were able to actually get an extension if you were to throw out some of the lights too. Oh boy.
They go with the overhead, always dangerous, always a problem with Deco Supremo. There is a big mistake by Score, but he catch it again. No.
Wasn't going to go into a super off of that, obviously.
Oh, there he go. He's going to find the punish. I don't know if he has enough resources. Yes, he will have to spend, of course, but he will be able to get it. Those sides. Yeah.
The chiropractic treatment.
Readjustments.
And Punko, hand on his head again. Every time, man, when he gets some of these games,
he feels so much. There is so much in the line right here. And you can see, even if these are veterans, you know they can go forth. And they want to go as far as possible in this tournament.
And you know it too. Like, he wears his emotion on his sleeve. In any game he plays, right, win or lose, you could see the amount of emotion that's going through it, that goes through him every single time. And he kind of shows it off in his gameplay as well.
Why am I doing this to me? Why am I not picking karate?
Yeah. Honestly, he's got the way of Kung Fu right now. I think he's been such a stellar example of what Gato can do, even so when he became even more relevant in the meta.
Yeah, and there was a time that Gato was not doing that good in the charts, let's say.
Sure.
And Punko always has been with him. This is a man who is loyal, and of course that loyalty is paying right now. He is able to keep things 1-1, very, very close. Of course, Score also went to the extra mile against Basher last time. But let's see. Lovely DP. That's gonna be able to deliver some extra damage. 1, 2, 3, 4, and you're against the corner. Oh, he let it roll out. And patience right now over here by Score.
I want to say more so from the side of Punko as well. Not going to be tantalized by the stance. I like the JD on the way through. Oh, you tried to do it. No, sir. The slowdown. Not going to lead to big damage just yet. Score just needs a single hit. Confirm. Not going to be enough.
Those old man reaction. And one frame confirmed from the low kick into the super. And in the end, Score is able to close it out. Right now, he is looking fantastic.
And these guys have been like duking it out thus far. It's pretty much tied up at least game to game. But with Score at the advantage thus far within the round, does get that successful bait. You thought you could invincible your way through this?
No,
not by any means.
You will have to pay in blood, of course. And right now, how are you going to get out of there? The red blow is not going to work. Punko is feeling that blood in the water. He's sniffing it, and he's trying to contest the wolf kiss.
Yeah, a little bit difficult. No! Oh, lordy. I couldn't tell you what that was. Even in all my time in watching this game, I couldn't tell you what that error was coming from the side of Punko, but he is paying dearly for it. Look at the red!
Yeah, look at it. The heat is going up. You have to be very, very careful, but of course, Punko is not down. There is a big situation, 78% of hit, and that's gonna be the confirm. Not enough to kill. One more touch, Vicious.
It's still anybody's game, by the way. We are recovering a little bit more on the rep gauge, but if anything, it's always gonna be coming out eventually, right? The Hien Shipukyak.
Able to skip it. The kick that rides the wind is going to earn that second victory for Score. So close, but still Punko can bring it back. As you said before, he is the chaos-made person. He is in control, and he will find a way in order to fight Score and bring us to that game number 5 that I would love to see. Like, we started this broadcast with a match that went the length of game number 5. I would love to see that happen in between these two veterans.
Right, that's been happening for the side of Score when we saw him versus Basher earlier, but then you saw on the other side the way that Punko got to this exact position. He steamrolled his opponent, right? It's not to take the respect away from his opponent, but that's just the way that Punko operates. That's something that we all have known him for, right? That a very aggressive offense. But right now, he's been kind of slowed down. This is the first time we've seen a couple of very important speed bumps, and that comes by way of the EX TOP coming in too.
All the screen, bro. He's able to skip all of the screen in order to reach you and punish you. But then look at those red sparks. You just love to see them. The pink is doing something, but right back at you. Fantastic punish over here by Score. And even if it's a little bit scaled, it doesn't matter because it will get all of the momentum with him.
Yeah, being a run character that he is, he's able to tech chase quite conveniently as well. So you can see the pressure is just not going to be let up just yet until he creates that space for himself. Punko now being the aggressor. Yes, sir, the target combo mid-air, not being able to stuff out the second one.
The crouching ace finding each other. And now, finally, Punko with the chance. The overheat is here. Can you break the... Oh, what a disrespect! Going for the Ryuga. in order to keep everything in, and we are going to send this man to the fever check because he is in overheat, those stunts, but very, very dangerous.
I don't think there's any more ice packs left in the back. Hold on, we got the hidden gear!
No,
it catches midair! It actually caught Score!
I love that you say it, man. This man is pure chaos and it's going to pay. Yes, it was expensive, but you got the win. If you have the money, you have to spend.
It's wild. He has his vision back in lore in this game. He still, after the hidden gear, chooses not to look at his opponents as he gets knocked out. I love the bravery. I love the choice coming in from Punko.
You have nothing else to lose, man. Just let it rip. You just love it. And then catching the Shibuya. He's reading. He is looking at it. He's sensing it.
Adapting towards the neutral skip. That's what I wanted to see coming in from Punko.
Oh, but he's trying to read a little bit too much, maybe. But finally getting up with the disrespectful wake up in the DP. Trying to find some catches over here. Score is gonna skip the neutral.
Ooh, he tried to flinch into it. I don't know what it was, but he did get counter it for his troubles. And now we see Score trying to go a little bit more airborne. Ooh, speaking of airborne, Punko trying to take it all the way back as well, but still gets intercepted by the Dragon Punch.
How Shokoken in order to finish the combo. Oh, big mistake, but no, that was the bait. And Punko is gonna fall for it. After he was playing so much out of his mind, the Score is gonna chill this man. He's gonna pour a bucket of ice over him. And he has been finishing his combos with that just to deliver that extra sodium to their opponents. It's not needed to go for the full rumble, but Score is gonna do it.
Yo, Gato was caught looking at the shoes. He was looking at the Funky Garcias. Heck no, man. There's no way we're gonna get away from that gaze. Oh, the Dragon Supremo again! I'm telling you, man. That is the end-all, be-all for this character. Do not get caught with the Funky Garcias.
It's the Hack Deluxe, my friend. The Hack Deluxe moves of the man who drives a Ferrari. But finally, going up there with the Dragon Punch, Punko is gonna get a little bit of breathing space. Let's see if he can do it. But all of Joe's defense in perfect time, and then you go for the guard cancel. I don't care if I am in overheat, but Punko is gonna punish you for that.
But he's not gonna be able to extend, right? Because he put himself into overheat, right?
Yeah.
He had to cut his combo short. We get the nice confirm off of a couple of lights.
Oh, he decided to break it. I love what Punko is doing right now. These two players right now with no extra options. Both of them are out of overheat. Who is gonna survive? Who's gonna do it, Vicious? Where are you going? Oh, we're gonna do it again! Oh, that's so disgusting. And if you failed, you're just gonna let it rip again? Damn.
Why not? If it didn't work the first time, you're ending it in rev blow. Why not do it again?
And he could have done it a third time, even.
And you could see the slight smirk. You could see the slight smirk coming in from Score. He's like, you know what? That's part of the game, baby.
It's your fault for not choosing this character. Like that's me. Yes, and Punko, of course, heavy situation. He's not out of the tournament. It's a heavy defeat, of course. Here in the EWC, as we said before, everything is earned. But right now, the one who takes it is Score. He's going to be going out of this bracket on the winner's side.
Our very first of qualifiers coming in from Group B. That is Score, who was, initially coming in with the Andy. And thought to himself, why am I doing this? Why not just go why not go back into the dojo and show off that Mr. Karate?
Why am I trying so hard? If we have better tools, like if you have a knife or an electric knife, why would I go regular? And that's what Score is teaching us right now. As you said, Andy is one of the best in the business. And I love to see him, but it's a lot of money over here.
Here's the thing, though, right? When you get to encounter one of the many Mr. Karates, from Punko's perspective, right? You got to think to yourself, steel sharpens steel, right? This is only going to get you prepared for the other Mr. Karates. Considering he was coming in from the winner's side, there's still a very valid chance for him to make it out of phase one. But it all depends, right? How does he recover emotionally? You could see it, the expressions all over the replays, all over Punko's face. It's not the game that's going to be defeating him at the end. It's how he comes back more from his... the
duality of man.
Exactly, right? From the emotions that are being presented, right? If the morale is down, then it's going to be a little bit more of a hindrance than the gameplay itself.
You are completely right. Yes, it is true that Mr. Karate is one of the best, if not the best character in the game, but that also means the match can be very well studied right now. So players are gaining experience as they go in this, let's say, trial of fire. And in the end, we will see. Of course, Fenrich is coming now. he will be facing the champion himself, the God Slayer Goichi.
And he's going to be cold as ice. Well, he's going to have to focus up on this one. If you take a look at the overall record that they've had, even in the previous seasons, it felt like Goichi was the one to get the last big W against Fenrich over at Combo Breaker 2025. But even so, prior to that, when you took a look at the way that Fenrich dismantled him over in Brussels Challenge, he actually had the double jeopardy situation and taken all the games away from Goichi. But it's not to take away from the prime fact that Goichi is coming in as the champion, as the king of the throne here at EWC, and also with different characters, different looks. We'll see if it's going to spell a different story. In fact, they actually had the luxury of playing off against each other over at Evo Japan as well, where Goichi took it down 2-0.
You are completely right, Vicious, bringing the facts, bringing the information. But we will see, is Goichi going to stay with Mr. Carter? He has been using him indeed, but are we going with El Señor Rodriguez himself?
Marco Rodriguez has been his tried and true, and for very good reason, right? As soon as he is able to score the knockdown, as soon as he's able to kind of initiate the mix off of the overhead or even the high-low game.
It's party time. You are on the floor, it's party time for Goichi, man.
Absolutely.
He will want to take you to the dance floor with his Marco, but no, it looks like we're going to stay with the big guns.
Mr. Karate just might be on the field for both players. Now, all things considered, when we saw the upper bracket quarterfinals, Goichi had taken the big 3-0 over Abao. Fenrich also getting his big 3-0 over Lancer. This is going to be a very different story, I feel like, considering they're also very good close training partners.
Completely right. Both, let's say, pillars of columns of the Japanese community, a community that we know help each other out all of the time, trying to improve, trying to be that bastion of quality that Japan is in our community, in the FGC. But there's also very, very important stuff happening in the championship side of things, because these are some of the first championship points that EWC will award to the team. So, of course, Team Vitality, who was very close to the championship last year, would be having high hopes for Fenrich and their other team members. But let's go, because immediately Goichi is going to land. Oh, wild punish right back at you from Fenrich.
That was a pretty big read to go for that backdash as well, to connect with that far D.
Oh, yeah, hey.
Just a matter of time. I know Lord Lazarus is in the back trying to count as many hey as possible. Keeping the stat alive.
That would be an insane statistic to have. How many Draco Supremos hits in this tournament? But here we go, Goichi yet again finding the opening, about to get Fenrich into the SPG, and we are gonna let it rip. He has one bar. I do believe it will no. He doesn't want it to risk it. He wanted to stay and just play it cool. Trying to find a way that Fenrich will make a mistake. And look at that defensive. If you know Goichi, you know that he's one of the best, if not the best defensive player in the FGC.
We do get the conversion as well. It should be the first round. It sure is. You know what's really interesting to see also when it comes to like the JD options that you would get normally against any character? I feel like that does kind of get thwarted because of that close C that Robert has, or excuse me, that Mr. Karate has. I didn't mean to, expose his identity. I know he has the mask on.
I don't know what you're talking about. Here you go. Fenrich is going to try to gain some momentum of his own. He needs this inertia, not allowing Goichi to get out of the corner. Let's see, do backdash in order to control the space. But Goichi is gonna get out of there with the taquito and finding the order. No respect over there by Fenrich.
I like that. That's going to be the game of the game.
Look at
Majority of the time, when you see two Karates up on the screen, you can expect the stance to reign supreme. No pun intended. Oh, Sue thought you could get off the wall.
Look at all of that. Look at how much he's going to cash out of that DP. That's one of the super strengths that right now Mr. Karate has. He's going to go. No, he didn't let it rip. He knew that the Hao Shogoken would not hit. Going for the command grab, to see those knees in your face. That's the Takuma tech.
You've got enough in the tank to go for the hidden gear, which he's going to do. Fenrich, not shy about it, not going to be too reserved. He's going to spend all of that meter to get the hidden gear.
Look at that, and even if this was not a kill, that of course is not.
Oh, it's not.
But it doesn't matter because he is completely cool, and he will be able to spend. Oh my God, Goichi, what a madman! Waking up with comment. Oh my God!
don't feel safe. Even if I'm here at the caster's desk, I don't feel safe. My man woke up with violence. He chose the command grab. And also, God bless the SPG, by the way. Being able to withstand the rest of that hidden gear damage was actually quite a surprise. And that's something I feel like it isn't talked about enough, right? When we talk about having that SPG at the very end, it's a whole different type of threat when you're able to withstand high damage situations like that.
And we're going to see that all there. Look at that. Bringing knees to faces as there were hands to cheeks. That's disgusting over here by Goichi, who is trying to establish that he is indeed that giant that other players will have to take down in order to win this tournament.
It's a kind of different ball game, right? When we talk about Goichi Prime, we talk about him kind of playing a very strategic type of game until he scores that knockdown. But like the last time we had seen him over against a Bao, that was the most aggressive Marco Rodriguez we had seen. And maybe, being in this current state, he's like, you know what? I gotta be the aggressor. I gotta let it all out. So going with the Mr. Karate, getting these Drago Supremos against Fenrich over and over and over again, we're starting to see a lot more of an aggressive side to Goichi.
And I think that's one of the things that make this character so dangerous when you are fighting someone that you know. Like, you know a little bit of their bad habits, and the Drago Supremo can bring the most out of them. Look at now, Fenrich right now being very cautious, being very patient. We are gonna get thrown. No, if you're gonna cancel, you have to do it right.
My mistake. That's the crouching C. Look at that, the double hitter.
All right, from side to side, let's see. Not able to capitalize. Fenrich trying to find a spot right here, as we were saying, trying to fight those double kicks. But it's not working right now, Vicious. It feels that. Can you feel the tension?
There is a little bit, but that's kind of broken up immediately. Goichi coming in airborne first. Oh, he's tantalizing a little bit with the stance.
Yeah, he's bringing, he's baiting. But Fenrich is not biting. Sadly for him, it's gonna get this hit, and that's gonna be enough. It doesn't matter if you're going to overhit. Game point right here for Goichi.
I think it's the first time we have actually seen the EX-Tatsu actually get punished.
Let's see, 1, 2, 3. Something dead. Fenrich is able to open up and going forward from side to side. He's going to break that throw. But I feel that Fenrich is finding those moments that Goichi is letting his guard down and open it up. He's being very patient right now.
Oh, caught by a straight fireball. Still trying to create some space for himself as well. Oh, Goichi getting snapped by the...
Ooh, that's gonna be...
That's gonna be huge as well. As you were about to say, that uppercut being baited from the side of Goichi. Just look at the amount of control now that he gets the corner. Off of the reset, by the way. Great defense!
Oh, going for the prediction, getting as much damage as he can. But Goichi is gonna let something. Sadly, he did not believe. The hit was there, but the belief was lacking.
All the way down, there was a punish. Yeah, being able to get the cancel.
Love to see it. Going for the extra options. And of course the corner carry. Look at all of that real estate gain.
He went for the air-to-air off of the reset. Goichi with the reads.
My man. Getting that command grab reset. And he is going to chill down a little bit with the hidden gear.
It's got to be a lot of it. Look at the damage. No funny business. No Jim Carrey involved. That is the mask.
Put it on. Put it on. Keep the secret. And there you go. My God, Goichi is playing out of his mind, man. And Fenrich is a fantastic player, but he is being completely controlled by Goichi.
Yeah, I think for those that have been following along Goichi's story for like quite some time in the FGC, you know him as having some of the best defense in any game he touches, right? He's coming in from like anime fighters as well. This is the first time we've seen like a very aggressive side, but also a slight hint of the Goichi that used to be, right? That read off of the reset, off of the D target combo reset, of him going for the air-to-air, that was a phenomenal call-out against Fenrich to kind of turn it all around for him. That led into this moment. That led into the hidden gear.
And what I love to see, Vicious, right now is you see Goichi adapting to what Fenrich is trying to do. Like, Fenrich was trying to be more patient, to give him more space, to find the mistakes from Goichi, and Goichi said, oh, you're gonna let me play? Bro, I'm gonna play.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's going to be the nature of a lot of the Mr. Karate players now. It's like, if you're going to give me this opening, best believe you are not allowed to complain about it later.
Yeah, completely right. And Mr. Karate, like right now, at how he is in this moment in the game, is ideal to make those shifts. Like you feel your opponent being very aggressive, you go with the baits, you go for the counters, and you'll get a lot out of it. But if they want to be patient, he can also deliver crazy offensive and of course damage right now. Look at him, Goichi right now, even eating those fireballs, going for the beautiful stuff.
He made the big lead too against the big neutral skip. He got double JDs, got the guard cancel out of it as well. Yo, Fenrich, I see you defensively.
I want to see more from French. There you go. You were talking about the reads, and there they are, Vicious. Fenrich, of course, not down yet, but he's gonna get this one.
Yeah,
he has the money.
He does have the money for it. Can we get into the ignition?
Just an extra salt to that dish, and he's cooking. Fenrich is now out.
He had just the perfect amount of seasoning to that. Okay, I didn't know if he was gonna be fully, fully cooking or not.
Of course, he's after all. What a confirm over there, feeling it. You have to feel that in order to run and catch that. And look at that, 50% is gone.
Brother, he had a mile and a day to confirm that. He got the fireball counter hit as soon as it even said the words. He was running.
And then again, Goichi getting that, letting him go. Look at the patience, going back for it. Telling to Fenrich, you wanna get to me? You have to open. Oh, and he's gonna bite for that. What a prediction over there by Fenrich that it's going to capitalize with a lot of damage into his favor.
Man, he caught him with the Gene kicks? That's kind of wild.
Let's see. Jump 1-2, getting into the corner. That's a big mistake. Oh, but he gets out of there with the break to the Reiku Supremo. What a Hail Mary.
I mean, these prayers have been commonly answered thus far, man. Fenrich taking full advantage of that. That could have been a confirm, actually. Uh-oh. Wait a minute.
Bro, Goichi has been on point. He has not missed any one of them.
Yeah, and going for the EX extensions as well, right? You're able to get that for free, able to get some extra damage tacked on top of that, but Goichi and Fenrich pretty much a single hit away from both. That's the scary thing. He tried to go for it.
He missed it. What a mistake over there by Fenrich. He had it. The Darko Supremo is not going to hit. From side to side, El Taquito is going to hit.
Oh, my God!
Let it rip, and he is going to get... No, the drop. Not like this, Goichi. What's going on, Vicious?
I couldn't tell you. He had... Look at Fenrich. Hold on. Before I even get my statement, the smile on his face as he got that next sip into that round. That is crazy to see. He had the right call out. He caught the buttons from Fenrich. He had the frame trap off of the uppercut. He didn't convert it. He had hidden gear ready as well.
A weird uncommon scramble over there at the end for these two great players. But in the end, is Fenrich the one who's going to clutch it, and he's saying, yeah, I take those. I take those, why not?
And you see it on the other side, even Goichi, a bit flabbergasted, a bit surprised. He's like, I dropped those?
We were saying that we wanted to say something in this stream, and that's the perfect one, right? Goichi was like, Nani?
Yeah.
What happened there? But it doesn't matter. Like, we know him. He can't shake that for sure.
Shades of Fist of the North Star. I see you. Man, I gotta say also, as a sidebar, Kenshiro is one of the coolest characters. Yeah. I've had so much fun being able to like use like the 7-star debuff and force people to hold my mix. I know his mix isn't like super crazy, but I gotta say, it's been mad fun to play that character. Shout outs to Automatic for like also showcasing the hell out of that character. Here we go, into the next game.
Okay, neutral jump into the hits for Fenrich. Remember, Fenrich is wearing that clear blue shirt. Goichi with the very Italian, let's say, mustard color?
Kinda, I want to go for that, yeah.
It sounds more elite, right?
Maybe. Oh, give me the rest of it. Yo, let me get the key charge.
I love it. You love to say it like in the old days. Sadly, the DP is gonna miss, but it doesn't matter. Was that a feint? It could be, because this is Goichi.
You know what? Just call it an expensive frame kill. Call it a fancy frame kill.
a super complicated one.
Exactly that. Right? Fenrich now paying it back tenfold against Goichi. Yeah, we get the roundhouse. Yeah, sorry, the D into the ignition. And of course we're gonna see the standoff.
Of course.
It's the law of numbers, baby. Eventually it's gonna happen.
And right now Fenrich is coming back. He has it. How Shoko came for the kill. After these two players share the same neuron, it is Fenrich who is going to take that victory.
Damn, the neuro charge stance, huh? Braino Supremo?
It could be.
Oh, God.
Look at that, one into the other. Delicious.
Yeah, full serving?
Yeah, man. I'm gonna get some life back. Why not? Wow. Oh, right back at you. Look at them. Oh, a little bit too far.
And no punish.
It could have been, but I think it was a little bit too far. The active frames didn't came out in time. 1, 2, 3, using the long kicks as an anti-air. Fantastic top from Fenrich that right now is in control. Yet again, he's trying to play most passive, forcing Goichi to go into the offense, and that's what's happening right now. Let's see.
Just in much range, actually just in the right range to get the SPG active from the side of Fenrich. Will it amount to anything though? Fenrich, I think if he lands a single route that goes into an XL, he could land a hidden gear. Not unless Goichi comes out with the stance yet again.
But you were completely right. That's like the range of damage at Draco Supremo in those places means dead. It's so hard to feel in advantage when you are fighting a Mr. Karate on this kind of level. But right now, Goichi trying to stay alive, trying to close it out because we are on match point right now.
Cross up. Damn, just the sound effects coming in from every single hit.
And the damage, bro, that's like 60% and it's gone. And Goichi has, and Fenrich has the perfect opportunity in order to take us to game number 5, but let's see.
My man is bleeding, by the way. Fenrich now getting the forward throw.
Ooh, that's a big possibility. No, from one counter to the other. Fenrich so active going into. That's gonna be it, Vicious.
Yeah, he's gonna have to go into the super, right? He is overheated. Yeah, had to go into the ignition.
The one super that always kills. Like all of the other supers in this game, you are not sure. But that's how Shokoken always delivers.
Say that's how it went in game 1. It was a little bit dicey. Even the hidden gear left a little speck of dust in the life department. But here we are again, tied up. 2 games apiece, forcing it into the final game against Goichi. Fenrich bringing it all back little by little.
Demanding the most out of Goichi. Goichi with that heart of a champion, the heart of a lion, not willing to skip his tournament, the one that make him brand his name in gold. And of course, a little bit of pass for Goichi, trying to find out what's going to be the adaptation.
My big question now, on top of the adaptation towards the gameplay itself in the mirror match, do you think there's a hint of Marco looming in the brain of Goichi? Do you think that's going to be a choice that he's going to have to make within this final game of the set against Fenrich?
I don't know, man. Like I think he's more about finding the solution with his own Mr. Karate. Like at this point, like they have been going back and forth with so many options in order to make them fall for their own feints. Going into Marco could be very, very dangerous. And I think Goichi knows it. And he respects Fenrich so much that I believe he will stay with what is right now the sharpest tool in the shed.
Well, there you have it. Let's see if that comes to fruition. Is it going to be the mirror match all the way through? Yes, it is. Confirmed.
But the jump in is on point. Fenrich with the prediction. This is a super big opening for Fenrich. Vitality, man. It's looking so good for them right now.
Yeah, right on the big call out. Just running up into the face of Fenrich. Getting that close A confirmed. Double time over as well.
Showing that he's not in his mind. Like you believe that jumping was that was a glitch. That was a glitch in the Matrix right now. English failing, by the way.
Oos. Able to catch with that charged DP.
Rolling out of the corner. That was so dangerous. And Fenrich catching in on the middle of the screen. I think this could be enough if he decides to go for all of it. We will see.
Not quite. And he knows it as well. Ooh, look at the catches.
It's gonna be delicious.
I don't think it's gonna kill, right? He's gonna go for a Revo extension off of the DP from way up above.
Both of them. It could be a touch of death. Who is gonna get it? Who is gonna find it first?
Don't let it be off of the stance. Not let it be off of the stance. It's gonna be the neutral skip. A taste of your own medicine.
These two players have been respecting so much, and they have not been throwing that. But right now, Goichi said, no, forget about it. I need the win.
That's the best time to throw it. Yeah, that's a really good call out. We haven't seen that in a hot minute. But, Goichi being able to pull that off, the EX Tatsu.
And Fenrich is going to face this as a truck, going straight into it. Shokoken, my dear Vicious.
Being able to get the double kyuk frame kill. On the other side, actually, off with a wall jump. So deceptive an angle.
There are these moments where Goichi looks down, but he's always able to stand up, rising above, as they say, Vicious.
Damn. Hold on. A lot of damage is coming. No. I lied to you.
Oh, he's gonna fall for it. This is gonna be close. He has access to the hidden gear, el oculto, el secreto. And what he decides to wait for it.
He called out
he
the command
makes it.
grab, but it wasn't going to be enough. He actually dropped it.
Oh my god. Oh, there it is.
no way.
There it is, el oculto, papa. Goichi. Is it gonna be enough? He's not scaled. I think it's gonna be it. Catch the mask? No!
Goichi's pointing at the screen. Thumbs up for him. He knows it. And that is going to be Goichi's game off of the far standing B confirmed into the hidden gear.
The roar of the people too. The ovation for a man who is fighting everything, not only his opponents, but also his conditions. And you just love to see it. I told you, heart of a champion.
Wild to see it, man. When we talk about what had been happening over in Group B, in these semifinals, it definitely went the distance. A huge change up in comparison to how we've seen all the players perform in their round 1 quarterfinals.
But shout-outs also to Frederickman, demanding the most out of Goichi. That was a match worthy of a grand finals, and we're having it here on the first block of this EWC.
Yeah, that's correct. Again, Goichi being able to make it through as one of the other qualified players. He's going to be making it on to phase 2 alongside Score. 2 of the Japanese contingents are making it through from Group B.
There was, and Rome was saying that, right? 11 players from Japan representing the land of the rising sun, and of course 2 of them are moving already, showing the dominance right now. But here it is, what we were watching, that what we just lived, and we can live it again. Thank you to STC for those replays.
Yeah, this is pretty huge. In terms of the preservation of meter, and also, man, the shock value that you get. And you know what?
It's
that's something that Fenrich should already kind of like anticipate. And to be honest, coming in from that shot, you don't know if he was surprised that it killed from his end or if he was the one receiving the damage, right?
Like, man, my character is broken.
Or, man, I can't believe this character killed me.
Yeah.
It's such a shock either way, but I mean, that's something that a lot of the players are still trying to get used to, right? Although they are piloting this character, there's going to be some moments you're going to have to face off in the mirror match. I couldn't even tell you potentially how many mirror matches are going to be occurring this entire week with this character.
It's going to be a lot, that's for sure, but each one of them has its own flavor, its own style, its weaknesses and strengths, and right now it was Goichi who was able to detect them, and there you go, Milan. Look at that. Look at that. Yeah! A man of the people, like doing it for the boys, and now a heartbreaker, at least for me.
Go on and tell me more about it.
Because this is no other than a Neku representing El Clan del Mal, one community team all the way from Mexico. Looking at that logo right there, Vicious. Looking at the Clan del Mal logo on the screen of the biggest showcase of esports in the world. It's really something moving. But of course, he is facing no other than Basher from AG. All the gamers are behind Basher right now.
And Basher had actually quite an extravagant start up against Score, right? Being able to force him off of the Andy Bogard. That's the character that we had seen him kind of qualify with, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, that Preacher has been doing has been doing phenomenal work in terms of like the mix-ups that were exuded off of every Ignition Super. I'm so like convinced that I have to say it every time. P = MC squared, because that's the name of the super. Yeah, every single time, because I mained that character for a hot minute, and definitely Hell Pockets knows about it. But I gotta say, like the mix-up that you get afterwards, being able to go into EX back turn into either overhead, low, what have you, it's such a big deal. And we saw that kind of exuded too from the way that Basher had been getting some of these knockdowns and then going into the mix. That actually spelled out a lot of how he got game 2 over against Score. But as soon as Mr. Karate showed up to town, it was a whole different story, right?
Yes, but also Basher was able to force a Score to give it all. They went all the way to game 5 sometimes.
Correct.
It looked like the young player was able to get it. But you were saying something that I believe is very, very important. Score didn't hesitate, not even a little. Like, he realizes that his Andy was not up to the challenge against Basher's Preacher, and he went immediately for the Karate. And that kind of recognitions really can change the tide of a battle, and Score did it right there with all of that experience, right? No, I don't care about pride. I don't care about honor. Like, I have to win.
That's right.
And he went immediately. I have a better tool for this job. It doesn't mean that I am that I need him, but I realize that the strengths of this player are really going to go against Mr. Karate. So he went immediately that way. But look at this, Basher right now. You're not watching that, but maybe I will not. I will not spoil it.
Okay.
But here in this Mexican kill, one of them will be going home.
So one of the things too that we do want to highlight, we talked about like the strengths of characters, the strengths of players going into like different characters as well. One of the things that we have to highlight though is the pick from Neku with the Ronaldo, right? One of the things I had noticed when he faced off against Punko, although it was an 0-3 deficit, I want to say there's so many things that you have to consider as Ronaldo in terms of like getting yourself set up in neutral, right? I feel like this character in general kind of gets drowned out by aggressive characters or aggressive play.
Yes, he does. And of course, he is in his core an aggressive character, right? In fact, we saw many times that the best moments that Neku had against Punko was because he was trying to go for trades with the big chest, and he was getting the most out of it. So it's a high risk, high reward character. Neku tells us, like we were talking with before, that he tell me that he is trying his best to change the way he plays, the way Ronaldo plays into his own style. And as soon as we say this, we're going into the action. Basher is not going to stay with Pritchard. He's going with no other than Mr. Karate. And look at that already, not Mr. Karate, with Marco. And look at that immediately, showing us some quality with those cancels out of guard.
To be fair, he's part of the same school, right? I mean, that counts.
Yeah, he could be the fifth one, not the fourth one. The
he could be Karate Junior, right?
Yeah. Everybody's a junior now.
Yeah, pretty much in that dojo. I agree with you.
Going for the big damage, of course. Cristiano, you were saying he sometimes is weak against very offensive characters, but he's one of the characters that can do the most damage in this game, as we can see right now.
That was about what? Just about 2 touches. Not even quite dead yet. Wait a minute. This could be a huge difference. We get SPG again, or sorry, we get Rev Blow again.
And he was so ready for that Basher, for that confirm, went for all of it. And in the end, is Neku the one able to clutch it out, because chokes could happen, man. But no, it's not going to happen. And we're going for the big head.
Damn, back to back. Yo, that's difficult. I like that into the ignition. Look at him bleed. We could get a 2-touch scenario if he could build himself another ignition.
Football, baby. That's a lot of shoots. And just you call it, Vicious, a 2-death kill. 2-touch death kill, sorry. And immediately Neku trying to establish his game, willing to place his rhythm here in this battle against Basher.
Yeah, one of the things that I was looking forward to is seeing whether or not he was going to set up for the goals, right? If he was going to be able to like hinder Basher's progress in the neutral. But overall, I think they were both rather aggressive, and Neku just knew. He's like, all right, well, if you're going to be the aggressor, I know exactly how I'm going to stop you, at least on the ground, and that's going to be with the big forehead, right? Being able to get these counter hits from certain ranges. And it's so deceptive, too. The further it hits, the more plus it's going to be, right?
Completely right. And right now, you were talking about this in the last match. Right now, I can assure you that Basher is seducing the idea of changing into Preacher. Like, for sure. Like, should I do it? Right now, in this moment, could be the exact good point in order to make the shift of momentum for these 2 players. But we will see what the young player for AG decides. Okay, we're staying with Marco. Okay, let's go.
A little bit of a difference too, and you actually saw the exchange earlier between that far A and also the C coming in from Neku versus Basher, but we do get the throw initially. Backing away, backdash from Neku.
Look, at Neku normally is going to be doing a lot of that, like those back dashes into forward dashes and trying to find something, some buttons being pressed by their opponents, but Basher is not giving that, at least not in this round, but the big chest is coming out.
Yeah, man, we saw a counter hit as well, being able to extend into the lights, but the Rev XL is going to keep him safe as well.
Come for me. Hunt for me.
Ooh, give me that!
All the way out there. Sadly, he was unable to confirm, and right now Neku is going to get this with a lot of damage, getting the positioning also in order to go for the mix-up. Finally able to get it. It's hitting.
Yeah, I was about to say, this Rev Blow defense coming in from Basher, it's getting him closer and closer to overheat state, but Neku, on the other hand, also revving up, a little dangerous.
We both are feeling the heat over here at France, at Paris, when all of those DPs are gonna land, and we are going for the full damage right here. That was the right option, and we're going up to the sky and down into the ground.
Yo, my man brings you up with his elbow and then brings you down with the karate size chop. Nobody hears it in the forest but them.
All the way to the atmosphere, bro. That has to hurt. Neku trying to maintain control. Of course, Basher, that was very expensive. The empty jump, and nobody pressed a button there.
Kind of scary considering the defensive mechanics both are presented with universally, so this kind of tough to even like set yourself up. Maybe it'll be a bit of conditioning that plays through afterwards if Neku takes to the skies, but we'll see how that plays out. The guard cancel coming in from Basher, get a full sequence.
I have to tell you, Basher is not willing to stay in the corner, as is different from the older version of Ronaldo. His offensive on the corner is super powerful. Before you had a lot of more options to do in the middle of the screen. So Basher is really not willing to have his back against the wall.
We do get a little bit of a feint into the throw.
Oh, good trade in order to escape out of there. Basher with a little bit of with advantage, but of course the damage he can prevent, it doesn't matter. Basher is gonna take it. We are gonna make these things even, my dear Vicious.
Yo, I'm gonna say, man, Karate Jr. being able to skip neutral the same exact way, right?
Yeah, the kick that rides the wind indeed is a family art.
That's
the
true.
Sakazaki clan.
That is actually the family art, the Henshipuka,
there
every
you
single
go.
time. And he wasn't even done with that. Also, being able to get the rev blow afterwards. It's so important, I feel like, for a lot of the Marco players to really consider their SPG placements. Obviously, it's going to be towards the end, right? Being able to capitalize on the rev blow, being able to also withstand some of the big combo sequences just in case they get opened up with that as well. So it's been really beneficial thus far, just seeing this SPG in the end slot.
Right now is such a strong option, bro. Like, that extra defense is so valuable.
Huge.
And sometimes it feels that it makes you endure more damage with that 30 extra last 30% that with all of your green life bar. So we are going to be watching that all tournament long. It would be an extremely rare occasion that a player plays it in the first or second part.
We've seen some players actually kind of go with those types of strategies.
It happened 2 weeks ago and 1 week ago in Evo. Some of them were using it in order to mix up some options, or using it when they realize they are the strongest when they reach that second 50% of the bar, but it doesn't matter right now because we are staying with everything the same. Neku trying to get out of that corner, but Basher is not allowing that.
Yeah, just the threat of the uppercut will always be something so important with both Marco, with Mr. Karate as well.
El bicho.
Oh, he was ready for that?
They know each other, like they practice a lot, so most likely it's part of that player knowledge that they have. After all of Mexican players have been working so hard in order to be here, but oh, big mistake, a little bit out of range. How Shokoken, what a reaction over there, so ready to pull the trigger.
And they were gunning for each other, by the way, towards those last couple of scrambles.
Ooh!
Just out of range, though.
No punish for Christian. Of course, those very stubby normals are always part of his weaknesses.
Yeah, there's been a lot of exposure thus far against Neku, right? There have been so many moments where Basher has called it out defensively, being able to get a lot of these guard cancels, and sometimes just even going for the uppercuts when these gaps are presented. Uh-oh.
Big mistake by Basher, and this is going to allow Neku to get something because he needs that, because Basher has been in his mind for a lot. That mistake is going to leave those little seconds of adaptation. Let's see if there is an evolution from Neku.
Oh, and a slight hezzy as well. You saw a micro dash being able to expose the lows. A lot of damage on board. The overhead +5, being able to get the extension off of the light. Nice and easy for the confirm.
Bring the helmets, the elbow is cracking some skulls. Basher is gonna get that game number 2. That's a good show from the AG representative, able to realize what he was doing wrong.
And that was actually rather quick. When you had seen the sequence prior, he had done a micro dash crouching B, right? He caught the low, and then immediately after that, slight conditioning had occurred against Neku. The micro dash into the overhead. It is a huge difference in such a split second to make that decision.
And you know what that means? Like, each time a player is doing that kind of things and you force them into that kind of quality reactions, is because you believe in your opponent. Like, I know you are good enough that you are going to react to this. And that's why it's going to work. It's part of the knowledge that they have between each other, but we are going to this possible last game as Basher is taking all of the advantage in order to take control. Ooh, what a backdash. That was beautiful.
You were talking about the respect being given and also the recognition of how these two want to play up against each other. But man, I gotta say, that is quite the read to have against Neku.
Let's see the big chest trying to pop up. It's getting the speed. Look at this damage, Vicious. I would say that's something delicious, Vicious.
Close enough to Tasty Steve. I'll take it.
Oh, he didn't want to spend the bar. Don't let it happen. Don't let it happen for Neku. He's in overheat, and of course Basher is gonna go crazy. But look at that! With the right option.
Yeah, being able to get the high dodge between the gap. He knew damn well there was going to be a rev blow coming up as well. So Neku being able to stay alive in the set.
Of course, Neku not a stranger of this kind of competitions. He has been here in France before for Dragon Ball Fighters. Now he doesn't want to go home this early.
Oh, and that's so tricky, right? He's trying to dribble right in front of Marco Rodriguez, not being able to tell where the ball was going. But didn't even matter. He came in with a jump D.
And this is what I was telling you. Neku love to have them on the corner. This is what Basher is trying to avoid all match long. Let's see if Neku can have that advantage position once again. But Basher is not going to allow it. Trying to go for the heaviest of kicks in order to maintain it. But what a great way. Elegant, I would even say, to get out of there. And we are going to go to game number 5, Vicious.
Back-to-back rounds. Being able to end it with the ignition. Neku showing huge signs of life. A huge difference in comparison to the previous games against Basher.
Oh, what a situation right here between these two great Mexican champions. Very young between each other, only 2 years of difference. Neku is 27, Basher is 25. But they have so much potential right here. Some of the new blood that had arrived thanks to the City of the Worlds, to this SNK community. I just love to see it, man.
No doubt. And it's kind of wild too, because there are probably moments when we talk about like the regional discussion of the players, like how often they actually get to play each other. When you look at the overall score within like the SWC season or even leading into EWC, you don't get to see a lot of matchup footage against the two, or at least playing against each other in that regard, right? In the actual official tournaments themselves.
Yeah, when they matter, right? Because all of this is to get those points in order to get here to Paris, in order to go to those golden events that you just want to grasp, because it's so much money and glory, of course, to be earned. Oh yeah, I like it. I love that these two players, even if my heart is breaking because we are on an elimination match of the Mexico representation. You just love to see that we are going. Oh, Basher changed the character. In the last moment, we are going for Preach. I just glimpsed her for a moment on the big screen.
We had a little bit of a change up. Hey, it's gonna be the Preacher. It throws me off because I wanted to say Jury. I wanted to say it.
It was so close.
I love that collaboration. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, she looks simply fantastic right here. But we will see. Can the scientist discover what's the genetic freak secrets?
We'll find out. We'll see if that's going to matter. We do get the frame trap, too. The big counter hit from the side of Neku. Yes, sir! The rev blow with the armor as well. And I love that the fact that it's low profiles, right?
Yeah, then again, he's going to repeat it. Shout out to El Super Greñas that does so much out of that move, but it doesn't matter. Neku is going to deliver maybe the last hit right here. Another one. 3 out of 3 from Basher. Sadly, it's the only one that has been working, and he was able to confirm that match point for Neku.
It's a little bit difficult, too. It was a cross-up, but I couldn't tell you like which... I want to say like if there was going to be enough for a link. I know if it's like a counter hit, you'll be able to. But also, the dangerous part was like, a lot of these rev blows that he put himself through, it led into a burnout, right? Or led into an overheat.
The heat, the fever was in. Now getting into the frame, as you say, the pure energy super is out there in order to do something good defense over here by Basher, containing everything that Neku with El Bicho is trying to put out, and now the neutral jump is just fantastic, and he is going to be able to take it to extra damage.
Equals MC square. We get the back turn. No, nothing out of it. He was trying to bait something. He was trying to bait a reaction against Neku.
He didn't respect the Red Ball. Neku was trying to get something into play, some mix-ups into the wake-up, but Basher said, no, we're going for the last game, last round. This is to survive, Vicious.
Winner moves on, loser has to say goodbye, unfortunately, between the two. Really great Mexican players. Neku does initiate, does get the ignition. Alrighty, Basher is bleeding, cannot survive another single hit. Tries to go for the red blow. What a call out against the Rev!
He had the resources now. He was more than ready. Saw it 3 times before, and Neku was ready. Then again, Basher trying to survive with it, but it's not gonna be it. He is going to get a spiritual perfect, and Neku is going to survive. Sadly, the key from Basher is going to the Crusher. Oh, but they have been traveling together a lot. This is so hurtful, and he's gonna do it too! With the performance in order to celebrate his hero. Neku is going to survive. The only Cristiano Ronaldo in the bracket for this tournament.
It's true.
Is going to stay alive.
Had a phenomenal showing over at Combo Breaker as well, placing 5th, placing within the top 8, and still continuing on here at EWC. Unfortunately, it's at the cost of his brethren, Basher.
Yeah, it's not something that you necessarily want to do, but Neku will have to walk into the presence of the Crusher.
Oh, that's true. This is
the first
part of the tournament. This is demolition time, where we have to crush the keys. This is where we say goodbye to Basher and his journey here at EWC.
Each opponent has the right to crush the key of that one you eliminated, and Neku will be taking. Oh, people is suffering out there. You can listen to them.
I think that's Yipes, perhaps. Not too sure. Please back away from the glass. Let the professionals do all the work on this one. But I will say, this is it's heartbreaking.
Yeah,
right?
man,
Being able to have to view this.
I'm sure he wanted someone else to be his first cross, and here we go.
I don't know if he's prepared for the sound it's going to make when the key is officially crushed. It catches everybody off guard.
Look at that. He's going for the... No, we have the first person camera.
The destruction. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen.
Sadly, Basher is out of the tournament. Neku will move on. El Clan del Mal still alive over here at the EWC 2026. What a moment to remember.
We still have a lot of Mexican heroes within the groups as well.
The country with the second most performing players on this tournament.
Right. Really much so looking forward to the Cristiano Ronaldo representative via Neku moving on even further into the loser side. Now he awaits his fate, right? He's going to be waiting it out here in the lower bracket semifinals.
Damn. As you said, you can see, I know him, I know these players, and I can tell you in that face, this is not what he really wanted when this day started. Sadly, Basher is out of the tournament at the hands of Neku. And this execution, man, the fact that he was able to not only recover from that first game loss, but also able to make Basher change his character.
Yeah, it's a pretty big deal. And I think once you get acclimated towards the way your opponent is playing those first 2 games as a Marco Rodriguez, it is rather difficult to kind of reacclimate yourself now with a different character. Although you may be effective with both, it's still the dynamic of choosing one character into the other, especially in the heat of the moment, especially when there's only 1 game left to play. It is always going to be such a difficult ask.
When the gears are already turning, man, it's so hard to make that shift, and sadly this time for Basher was not the right option. You know, he can feel it, but he is a young character with a lot of potential, and there you go. Going for the always classic El Siu.
That's what I'm talking about. So his reward, moving on to the lower bracket, he has to face off against Fenrich in the semifinals, but not without going to the next set of players. We will be anticipating Abao going up against Lancer for elimination.
Abao, of course, the hero that won just a couple days ago, the last chance qualifier over here at the EWC in Paris, France. A fantastic display that they only losing 2 games, two games in the whole top 8 for that tournament. So his performance is top notch. I am expecting him to do great right now.
Right, when you take a look at his presence in the last chance qualifier, having to face off against Xiao Shai as well in that grand finals, he took it down 3-1. In fact, you were not kidding. He faced off against PETA, he went 3-0. He faced off against Gumi from Mexico, 3-1. And in that grand final set, 3-1 as well. Dang, he was on fire not too long ago.
And that's why he is here after all. That's a great way to cash out for your trip, qualifying into the EWC, getting your name into that key. But of course, now you want to defend it. You don't want that valuable key to get down into the crusher.
Then you have his opponent, Lancer, coming in. I feel like we haven't really had as much of a privilege to be able to get ourselves exposed to him and also be able to talk about him, but we rarely get to see him kind of like expand outside of China. When you look at the events that he had qualified into, right, you take a look at Evo Japan, he had 33rd place there. He played over in Guangzhou as well, placing 3rd. Brussels Challenge, he got 17th, and then GTW placing 4th. Pretty high ranking, I want to say, not only events in terms of the talent, in terms of the challenge, but also just for himself being able to get these placements rather difficult. So obviously we see him as a very, very competent player coming into EWC. It's just a matter of being able to play against the wild card, the #1 contender from the last chance qualifier, which in and of itself feels like a death trap when you think about like the different dynamics of what goes on into a last chance qualifier. Everybody in the world is trying to get that final push into EWC, right? So everybody by default is a killer.
But what you are saying is, for me, so important. It's great to see more representation from China. We know that there is a very strong FGC over there, and now having more of their representation here with not only Lancer but also Xiao Xiai, it's inspiring to say the least, because normally they're seeing a lot of their hopes only in the shoulders of Shanghai, right?
That's fair.
And right now, it's so good to see more players coming out of China in order to represent such a big country with such a big tradition. So you just love to see it.
Right. It's a lot of concentration of SNK talent in that region, right? We've talked about that historically.
If you want to have, if you play 98 and have nightmares, go to China. They will destroy.
And they won't even do it with both hands, by the way.
No, they are insane in that game. Like in some way, time stopped like that for the FGC in China.
I feel like I've seen plenty of videos of Shanghai playing with one hand.
Yeah.
Right, and it's not like footage from the past. He's done it within this year, by the way. There's definitely been footage of him playing from this year, one-handed.
Completely right.
We'll see how this plays out going into it as we get ourselves prepared. Abao versus Lancer. Very, very difficult to call. Again, we talk about the amount of games they've played thus far to get to this very point, right? It's just a matter of like how they get acclimated to themselves. I don't think there's any history between the two. Obviously, we talked about the amount of travel that Lancer has to go through to even qualify. I don't even know if we've even seen him as often, right? It's always been in very, very specific, I want to say, international stages.
But always performing. What we can say is the last time these two face each other, Abao got the best out of Lancer 3.
Really now?
Yeah. And it's a recent match, and 1 month ago at Tops. So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens here.
I like that. It's cool to see. I mean, like, for those that are not in the know, right? When we see some of these players, we see some of these kind of storylines build up between the two, like one qualifying from the last chance qualifier, one kind of like earning their spot through a ton of different open bracket qualifiers. It's hard to say like how often they've actually played off against each other, right? Because of how many different international stages are present.
Yeah, but shout outs to all of the people, those who keep the information rolling. We are able to see it, and look at that Lancer bringing out the pre-check. I love it. My favorite character in the game right now. But can Abao sustain that with his own ability? What a catch over there. And the Lancer is going to capitalize the most out of it. Looks like he made his homework and he's ready to face Abao right now. But of course, the Japanese killer, he will not make things easy.
That was actually pretty wild that he made that guess, that call out against the throw to kind of get himself started. But now it's going to be Lancer being able to get the full XL. We're going to get a lot of corner carry out of this one.
Richa is a girl that really wants his her properties well. He does a lot of mileage with those corner carries, but we will see right now trying to maintain the offensive. Lancer able to get in and out of the SPG immediately, but Abao is gonna get the damage and the positioning. Trying to lead the parade, but what a reaction over there by Lancer.
Yeah, because of the multi-hits, you do open yourself up to the guard cancel. Oh, wait a minute. As soon as you get the gap, though, the ignition right back. On the side of Billy Kane from Abao.
Not like that. They wake up super, bro. over here at the EWC, of course, is one of those options. And Abao was more than ready to say the neutral jump is gonna hit. And right now going for the up and down with Billy. The damage is on, 30% is gone for Preacher. And even if he wakes up pressing buttons, another neutral jump vicious, that's the key of the game.
Yeah, pretty big deal, all things considered, right? Lancer has not been able to catch with that uppercut, but does this time. Hold on.
Just love to see it first with the DP, then going for the overhand. It's gonna work, but the checks from Abao, don't come close to me. I am Billy Kane, the master of the short and middle range.
My man controls space and I want to say temporarily time, but P equals MC. Yeah, we get the knockdown into the setup. At least this is a jump over into the throw.
Just love to see it. The mix-ups are starting to happen. You were talking about just that, the strength of Preacher when there is a wake-up situation, but the air-to-air is going to be enough to control anything. I mean, it's a quarter star, bro. Bring a weapon to a fist fight. That's the lesson.
You know what? He doesn't play by the rules, baby. He's one of the bosses. He doesn't care.
He's a criminal.
I love that. You know, he's trying to change his ways now in the story. Hold on.
But you have to remember, you have to keep things in mind.
He's trying to find, like, you know, a reformed way is what it is.
That's for sure. Look at this offensive series, that's for sure. But you are right, right? He's trying to be a good citizen now.
At least in the episodes of Southtown he is.
Yeah. Jumping in, trying to get out of there. About maintaining some survival because he doesn't want to give Lancer any kind of inertia in order to start his own gameplay. Oh, what the disrespect! And this is gonna be big.
Slight delay.
Just for a moment, right? The traps are here.
Gonna get the same jump. The overhead coming in for the back sway. Eventually, he was gonna come out. Lancer, is there enough damage off of the ignition that's gonna be coming out?
It doesn't matter because it's going to die. It doesn't matter if you get the fever. Get the victory at least. Lancer bringing it back. I do love to see it. I want to see more Preacher love. And he comes out swinging, vicious. I love that attitude.
And it's not the first time we had seen it, but it is the first time we've seen Abao not defend against it carefully. Oh my.
Beautiful cross up on the last frame. Catching with the jumping D in order all of this damage. And of course now you have to get out of the corner. Abao is the landlord right now.
Jesus, I gotta say, that was a ton of damage. Now, we're starting to see a lot of the pressure come up. We see some dashes. We see it into throws as well. Does Lancer flinch? He does, actually.
As you were saying, the optimization station is here for Abao, getting the quick conversion into most of the damage. I think he was trying to go for a throw in order to get the end, but Lancer is fighting back. You just love to see that fight in order to survive. Don't touch me.
Great block from the overhead as well, but the jump over catching the recovery on FRC, or actually not FRC, excuse me.
He wants to become a hero. He wants to become a hero with the Science Gear. We're gonna spend it. Yes, look at that. Look at that recovery. 94% down to 0.
Nasty.
Get into the frame, vicious. Picture.
Not quite perfect just yet, but still the fireball. Being able to stuff out Abao, whatever it is he decided to choose on Wake Up Violence was not the answer.
That's a risky option to do as Preacher, right? Like against Billy, he has options in order to control the fireballs, but you just love to see Abao. Abao, how are you gonna do about it? Because Lancer is bringing it. Shoutouts to all of my TTRPG players. For the two of you who play Lancer, shoutouts.
Yeah. I'm picking up what you're putting down.
It's a great game, by the way.
I believe you. I just don't have the time to play anything else but fighting games. That's the way of life sometimes. That's the path that we've chosen. But I'll tell you what, man. I wanted to see like what else there was, if there was any sort of options for Billy Kane in that scenario, right? He did have like ignition ready, but I don't think within like the space and time he was able to actually wake up with anything.
I think like the EX extending the revolutionized extending Kane could have done something about it, but we will see. Right now, Abao says, no, I'm gonna shake that up. I have to be in control. I will not allow. But look at that yet again. The cancel. Perfectly executed in order to go forward. And now Abao has to survive this barrage and get out of the corner because Preacher is perfectly at home right there in that position.
This is looking like an onslaught. Lancer goes to the back throw, though.
Weird,
right? Go for the low off of the back turn this time. Yeah, I mean, that back throw kind of reduces the tension. It kind of reduces like the momentum for Lancer if you really think about it, right? You don't have any more of that corner control. Your opponent is free to kind of backdash if need be to recreate that space. It has been nothing but a detriment so far, but Bao hasn't given any sort of like big leeway against that yet.
Suddenly, Lancer is not only dominating in terms of offense, all of that defensive series was perfect. So many just defense in perfect moments, not allowing About to get any more damage than needed. And Lancer suddenly is feeling himself so strong. And ooh, look at the disjointed white punish.
Being able to kick away the quarterstaff is
part of him.
Quite a visual.
It's part of him.
That's pretty cool. I've always loved those type of whip punishes.
Yeah. I remember. Oh wait, don't. Let's get into the game. Let's not go to the memory lane right now. As Lancer is finally getting open up, getting a lot of damage here from About, who is completely loaded. Tiene la salsa. He will be able to spice it up if he wants to. No resources spent. Interesting choices from About.
I mean, he's got a lot of life. He's got the confirm as well. Not going to be quite dead just yet. This throw could change it up though. Meaty fireball. He got into it. Another throw.
No, he didn't went for the foul this time. He went for the overhead.
No shot. You might actually be dead. You have so much in the department to excel. Rev blow instead. Wait a minute.
Are you the main character? Are you the main character, Lancer?
Don't give me a whiff punish into hidden gear. Don't do it to him.
Oh, finally. No. He's not him yet. But he could be. He can become him. We show the potential right there.
I was going to say, was about that life. I wanted to know if he was going to be caught. On the other side, excellent tech, by the way.
Yes, he's on point. The reactions are here. You need them if you are playing in this operation of gamers.
It's so scary, right? If you get caught with like a meaty close C as Preacher, you're going to be doing a lot of damage. But speaking of which now, Bao in control.
With the Billy BMB, you have seen it, you have loved it. You have hated for sure, you have faced some Billy Canes. And look at the space, yeah, Bao feeling safe. Come for me, girl, and catching that jump. Perfectly executed, starting with the crouching A. And of course, the party is on for Bao.
Yeah, you got to get these confirmed.
Again.
Right? Another catch on the way down, but Bao doesn't have any super meter on him.
And those great defensive play over here by About. The trades are not good for Lancer. He needs to play pristine. He has to be immaculate right now because one touch means death.
Yeah, he doesn't want to go for the quarter circle poke just yet. And again, the dash up.
That is not only about the cane, bro. He has big legs, long legs. In order to, even if he was adjusted from his original version, still a lot of ground is covered by those crouching A's.
And I will say also, not only
crouching
just
B,
like,
sorry.
Yeah, crouching B. Not even just like the grounded defense, the active defense that he was presenting against Lancer, but also air to air, right? How many of these rounds have we seen finish off in the air? That's right, yeah.
Yeah, control, absolute air defense over there by Bao.
And now, going into this, it's been very, very tight-knit. I feel like majority of the time, Lancer has had really big offensive sequences just not able to close, right?
Yeah, like you're speaking truth. Like there is a lot of what Lancer is doing well, but he is lacking that final stretch. Let's see, as Bao is leading the parade into the damage and of course controlling all of the space. With all the real estate on his side, what can he do? What good roll out of there by Lancer. And Bao is now allowing Breacher to just play his game.
Only for the records, there was a counter hit involved as well. A little bit of a frame trap. Now we're going to get the knockdown. Going for the side switch instead and the meaty pressure afterwards. Bao is trying to backdash to safety, but he finds himself in the corner now, under overheat. This is kind of problematic. Of course, we're going to respond with the ignition.
Great option to get out of there, but right now I think Lancer is going to be a little bit antsy in order to go forward. There are no many options in the overheat, but there is one. I don't need many when I have the right one. What a reaction from Bao.
Last second as well, and the trade-off, you can see.
There's frustration over there by Lancer.
That's right.
You could see it, Vicious.
The call-out, too, against the rev blow. Brilliant stuff from Bao.
1, 2, 3. The classic but Lancer, waking up with buttons, going into the full series, changing the side one again. We saw what happened the last time that he allowed the corner to be given. And right now he doesn't want to make that mistake, Vicious.
Yeah, I mean, going into the super, he did opt for the side switch. He got the meaty close D earlier. Now the sequence yet again in full swing. Being able to get the ender. We also have super.
Spend it, it's enough.
You already know it. The ignition super enough from the side of Lancer. And I gotta say, man, what an explosive round.
This is the answer that Lancer needed. This could be the momentum shift just when he was about to get eliminated. He get out fighting like a complete beast, like a complete monster, and showing us the potential that Preacher can has on the court.
And it's kind of difficult, right? Sometimes, oh boy, sometimes you can get a little bit predictable, and also if you understand like the Billy matchup, when you know the multi-hits are coming, you have to take advantage of the guard cancels, and now baiting out the ignition proper.
Beefy, tangy, correct punish over there by Lancer. Suddenly looks like he's waking up, Vicious. This is a monster unleashed. Billy gets out of the corner, rolling outside there by about. He goes for the difficult long route, stopping the series in order to get the most. Now the wake up super is gonna hit.
Still gonna stick to it defensively. Totally
what a mistake.
You tried to press a button in between.
I think he was trying to do the cancel, but was not in time. Big mistake over there by Lancer. Don't let it go. Don't clutch it. You have to clutch it. Come on. What a catch.
A beautiful Excel. What a catch as well.
Oh my God.
Let me get that ignition. You're within throws damage away.
Oh, finally. There you go. There you go. You were talking about that he was lacking the final step, the final bite, and finally he gets it.
It's kind of scary too, because he had run up, I want to say Abao had run up with the intention of thinking, all right, well, now that I have like the damage to throw you to actually get that kill, I'm going to dash up and make you think a throw is coming, right? That's exactly it. But the big read coming in from Lancer to go from air to air, that is like 2 steps ahead.
Look at the mashing.
Love that.
Professional. All that hard work to mash.
Grown men mashing. That's what we love to see.
It can take you to EWC, bro.
How about it? Yeah, man. Like, why not?
Mashing for a living, that's for sure. We will see a moment of pace, a moment of concentration. Shout outs to my past players out there. Hermanos, brothers.
I like that.
Don't let anyone talk you down.
I mean, a lot of champions have been rocking it out with controllers for a long time, man.
We are in the home of one of them.
It's true, actually.
Yeah.
Very true.
We are in the land of the PlayStation 1 controller. Let's see, jumping in, getting those hits. The DP just to demand respect, like, no, this area is not only for you, and he's gonna capitalize out of that fireball. Fantastic stuff, the winds are changing.
I didn't think that Hurtbox was gonna be extended into the fireball like that.
Would love to see it. Then about waking up with the cancel, as the situation can be very, very dangerous in these high stakes of a game.
Yeah, the anti-air is also still potent for the side of Bao, getting the high dodge into the cancel, leading into this exact moment right now.
Oh, the empty cup into the canes. I would love to see it, and now Bao perfectly understand the situation. I am winning. You have to come to me, make the mistake, and he finds it punishing me in a perfect way. Let's go, Vicious.
And that was good anticipation for the red blow as well, just being able to dash. And oh my. Now we're starting to see some of the tendencies from the side of Lancer. Abao is making some very interesting reads on movement. And on the other side yet again, right? As soon as Preacher goes airborne, he is dashing underneath and catching the recovery frames.
Abao, I think he allowed the Lancer to feel free for a little bit of time in order to now punish him. The condition it's happening, but one that can be risky because right now Lancer is getting some rhythm and also some damage.
Great block. Avoiding the overhead.
Going also into the backdash in order to get some space. It doesn't matter. You are in the corner. What are you going to do, Abao? Get out of there. We're going to the highest of stakes, Vicious.
I didn't think we're going to see a big throw bait in the very last segments of the game. Lancer now starting to get the conditioning against Abao. This is kind of difficult to call.
The coin is in the air. This could be go for anyone, and it's Lancer the one who gets the first hit, but Abao is fighting back.
Yeah, being able to get the ignition. Decent amount of damage. What's the setup? Counter hit against Lancer, and you can see him kind of reeling back just a little bit. He knows how much he's going to be suffering within this position now. The SPG locked and loaded.
So many jumps trying to hit with the jumping C, but not allowing anything, controlling the stage yet again. We're gonna leave the parade, and the damage is on. He has 1 bar. He can spend it, another one just to make sure. There you go. The screen blues itself as the classics happen, and Abao is going to survive. Getting here by the last chance qualifier and now surviving that barrage from Lancer. Great stuff from the Japanese player yet again, man. Japan showing us that they are the titan we have to face.
But it's still an amazing showing also from Lancer. It felt like he had a lot more control, a lot more sustenance in regards to like some of the combos that he had chosen, some of the XL routes that he had been going for, and also some of the resets that Preacher has access to, right?
Look how he's walking into the Crusher, man. Feeling in himself, like getting all that stress out. I have survived, and now I have the right to destroy the key
So
of
again,
my opponent.
it's so daunting to have to like walk over and like, have to crush the key
dreams
of your enemy afterwards, right? After like thinking, there's so much kind of process in that matchup itself, and it's like, man, now I got to focus on like what I have to work this mechanism. I gotta crush someone's key. What do you mean? This is the first time he's ever done this. Oh Lord Almighty! You could hear it from here.
That's metal against metal, still being destroyed. And he, that was a. I made it
It's
right.
not my fault.
I'm not a bad guy, right? No, you are not about. You are just the hero that survived here. Shout out to Lancer, of course. But today was not his day. Yet you get a great prize from being here either ways.
Yeah. So looking into it about his reward for moving on into the semifinals, he has to face off against Punko.
Ooh, that's gonna be tasty, tangy.
But going on to the replays as well, we've taken a look at some of the big moments coming in from the side of Lancer with that Preacher, but to no avail eventually. We saw a lot of things kind of creep up from the side of Abao. We start to see a lot more of the dashes come into play, but on the same token, you're starting to see some defensive reads really being pushed to the limit on both ends.
There was a moment in game number 4 that Lancer really was feeling himself. Like he was making all the right choice, and Abao was so smart and saying, okay, he really feels confident right now. I'm going to do what Billy Kane does the best. I'm gonna play the middle range, get some hits with the space controlling pokes in the air, on the ground, and I'm gonna desperate him, right? We saw many times those catches from the jumpings of Abao being executed in the right place, and now another high tension situation, as you were saying, you called it before, as Fenrich is going to face Neku.
Coming in from a very close set prior, Goichi versus Fenrich. It came down to the very last game where Goichi had prevailed over Fenrich 3-2. Now having to face off against Neku, who is also coming in from the hot seat, right? 3-2 against Basher.
For sure, as we can confirm that right now from this group, Goichi and Score have survived and moved forward. Now we are finding if who other players are going to do. The winner of this match will qualify on the loser side of the bracket. So the stakes couldn't be higher, my dear Vicious.
Yeah, there's a lot to really consider when you talk about like what they have gone through to kind of get to this point of the matchups, right? I want to say, from looking into it, I haven't really been able to see anything regarding a matchup between Neku and Fenrich, if I'm not mistaken. But
I think this one is a completely new, absolutely unedited version. And if things stay as they used, as we have been seeing them playing, I have to say that Cristiano doesn't have a bad matchup against Karate at all. Like the fast fireballs allow him to deal very, very well with the baits and the stuff from the Draco Supremo. Of course, Cristiano will or El Bicho will want to be so close to him, so we will see Fenrich, I believe, doing a lot of the Senpu Kyaku kick in order to control him. But we will see how much he's willing to ride the wind.
right, one of the big concerns obviously can be like that fireball, but there's also, you know, the stance being able to get around that too, right? I mean, there are ways to kind of get around it, even if there's like fireballs presented on the screen.
We will see. We will see. I do believe this is one of the good matches for Cristiano Ronaldo.
Mm-hmm. And I want to kind of see that come to fruition, right? I want to see like some of the exploits that, if they are available against Mr. Karate, I want to see if in this matchup it is possible to get exploited.
And I think that's something that we will be witnessing this tournament. We saw Basher making different approaches against the Mr. Karate that he faced. So I know he's a great character. He has so many great tools, but people are learning how to play it, and it's the most common matchup right now. So people are learning it super fast.
Right. So I actually haven't had the luxury of being able to watch a Mr. Karate versus Ronaldo matchup. So when you talk about some of the slightly highlighted weaknesses that Mr. Karate can have against this matchup, do you have any other examples that we could possibly expect within this matchup?
It's not only the projectiles, it's also the fact that he can, in sometimes, is able to change the arc of his jump with the red blow. Also helps him a lot in terms of fighting the baits.
It's fair. Okay.
And this is something that I also talked with Neku 2 days ago. Like, he feels that the matchup is not that bad for him.
Okay. I mean, all things considered, I imagine in his route to get into this part of the stage, he had to face off maybe 1.5 million Mr. Karates to
more or less at least for during the last 2 months. Yes.
Yeah, it just makes sense, right?
But we will see.
Now it's a matter of whether or not Fenrich has enough Ronaldo practice.
Words can be taken up by the wind. You need to prove with facts.
Sure. And that's just a matter of whether or not Fenrich actually has that experience, going back into it, right? Does he have enough Ronaldo experience as a Mr. Karate player now? Or will he be banking off prior knowledge?
And bring the old guns. We will see.
We find out. Here we go. Game 1. This is lower bracket territory. No punches can be pulled. They can't afford to do so, as one will be eliminated as the other gets qualified into phase 2. It's Fenrich versus Neku engaging in game 1.
Karate against El Bicho CR7, immediately skipping the neutral, going to cross all of that distance and going forward. So sadly for Neku, the situation is not on his favor, at least in terms of the damage. Good challenge over there by Fenrich. I think, look at that. I don't care about your options. We're going for throws.
Being able to wake up with violence. No meaties to be had. Fenrich now bleeding. We're going to get a setup. Actually, we're going to get the ignition super first.
Neku, a player who loves to spend as much heat as he can. You will normally see him in overheat, getting into overheat in most of his rounds. He doesn't care, and with the damage that Cristiano Ronaldo can do, he is making a statement right now, willing to go for it, but of course there is a long trail to go, my dear Vicious.
I might have seen a little hint of the challenges within the matchup, being able to set up with the fireball on as a media option, right?
Yeah, completely right. The options that he has in order for some setup gameplays, Cristiano, are here, but of course French is not gonna be falling for that for long. You have to adapt, you have to bring new things. There you go. That's some of the things that he will be trying to do, but you are going to fall into the traps of the Deku Supremo in the end.
Yeah, I mean, even going for a neutral jump rev blow, though it changes his trajectory, it's just gonna be something for Fenrich to kind of anticipate,
he can react.
Right? He's gonna be able to react and punish accordingly. I don't think it's gonna be a huge detriment against the matchup for Fenrich. It's just gonna be something more he has to tack on when it comes to defensive movement. But now he doesn't have to think about defense at all. He can just play it out. A lot of damage on the table. Level 1, you know it.
55% at least is gone. But let's say, you fell for the trap again. No, do not press those buttons.
It's difficult because he's stealing turns over and over again. Although he's negative in the situation, in his heart, when he has the stance, he's always positive.
Immediately going up with a wake-up super. The damage is here, of course. Cristiano Ronaldo can deliver a lot of damage. What a reaction over there, going into the dash for the Greco Supremo. 1-0 for Fenrich, adapting immediately to what Neku was trying to state.
And Mr. Hot Stepper himself, representing the Funky Garcias every time he steps into the Draco Supremo. It has been I want to say, it's been the move of the day, and I feel like as you guys get accustomed to it, it might just be the move of the week.
Oh, of the season, maybe.
Of the season! You know what? You're absolutely right. It might just be.
I mean, that's an Italian man. That's some Italian style. He's used to set up trends.
That's fair.
For a season.
And it's totally respectable. In the fashion district of the world,
exactly.
Perfect place to bring it.
Yeah, and the pose, man. It's all about the style.
I can't believe that.
Raise your legs.
Who allowed him to be that cool? I gotta talk to SNK because that is a cold man.
This is an evolution, that's for sure.
Yeah. It's been a long time coming, right?
Yeah, he has been working so hard to become cool. That's for sure. But let's see. So right now Fenrich is going onto the steamroller. Then again, Neku pressing buttons even when it would be so dangerous. Waiting for something, not pressing anything for the anti-airs, and sadly getting the open but not going for much. Finally trying to get something in the middle of the screen and with the slaps, but he needs to get most consistent damage.
Right, that was kind of awkward too, because that C, although it did connect, it was in the middle of Fenrich's jump, causing that jump reset to occur. And that's how we see this big damage. As soon as Fenrich had that single opening off of that single jump reset, he found the big route. He found the big damage.
Yeah, Karate can always cash out. That's for sure. Them legs all the time. It doesn't matter if it's all the way over there. The low range from Cristiano is going to be hard to deal with for Neku. 1, 2, 3. The kicks are here.
Oh, and a slight walk back.
There's a lot of back dashes over there by Neku. Yeah, Fenrich is recognizing it, that he's going forward. But he is going to get some big damage right here. And of course, the Oki situation. What are you going to do, Neku?
Caught him midair.
The good stuff about the red ball. Playing some football.
Oh, he's trying to get real slick with it.
Ooh, that's going to be a lot of damage. Maybe close to kill.
I don't know, considering the scaling. Rather difficult to call, right?
Oh, no, only one bar. Only one bar.
That's totally fine with Fenrich.
Oh, wow.
Breaking it with violence for the side of Neku. Hold on! It is reciprocated! Draco Supremo!
It can do so. It simply does it all.
That is 2 games for the side of Fenrich.
Very, very solid display over here. Come on, Neku, prove your words. You told me this was a good matchup for you.
It is just rather difficult, right? Like, if you can't dissuade the Mr. Karate players from doing the things that they love to do the most, how do you find a way out once it connects? It's so difficult.
You have to control yourself. You have to think so much ahead when you are facing this character. Look at the inputs.
Clean as always. Right?
Artist in their craft.
And you can see the slight nod of approval. It's like, you know what? I should have expected this.
Yeah, that's a good character. I think that's a good character. Yeah.
But you were talking about it earlier. You had a couple of instances where you got to talk to him. You were talking about, maybe Ronaldo can do it, but right now Fenrich is here to
prove them wrong.
He's here to fact check you right now.
Yeah. It is what it is. But I still believe in Neku. He has been having those good moments.
He's going to have to pull it out now. He's currently at the deficit against Fenrich. A very quick startup to his set so far. As we had seen, he's currently up 2-0.
Ooh, what a jump in.
Oh, boy.
If you're willing to change the situation, that's how you want it to start at least. That's a good way, but immediately the fireballs to the face. Great, just defending the air, but Fenrich keep it rolling, going for the extension, and it's going to work perfectly for him. And then Neku rolling into more damage, more please, sir, he said.
Yeah, that is just counter hit city as well. He's waiting for it! He stayed in the stance, and eventually he caught the overhead. Even Neku, he was shaking his head as soon as he got caught with the overhead. He's like, no, man, I can't believe you held it all the way through. I don't think that's I genuinely don't believe we've seen that thus far, right?
That's the first in the day, that's for sure. No. Neku really over-respected that situation. Let's see if he can shake it out, because this is the moment. And of course, Fenrich is smelling that blood on the water, and he's not letting it out. After all, he's a hunter. He's the shark right now, and he wants to bring the pain, that's for sure. Fireballs in order to control the approaches, letting it rip as much as he can. Neku already in a bad situation because he's revving it up. The heat is there. I feel him. He's a little bit out of the water, but finally getting a little bit of cooldown.
Right, and even trying to set up, right? Trying to force maybe a bad fireball from the side of Fenrich isn't really going to come to fruition. You try to get the command grab on the way down. I like Neku still continuously jumping.
I think that was what he was trying last time, but it's not going to matter anymore. Karate can kill you from that situation, and he's going to go for the full damage to make it sure Fenrich is going to move forward. Sadly, Neku is out of this tournament. A good representation from the only Cristiano Ronaldo in the bracket, but in the end is Fenrich, the one who will be crushing his key.
Fenrich doing an excellent job of being able to convert the damage where it need be, right? And I also think it's really cool to see like the Rev Super when he's like, hold on, wait a minute. He puts his hands out. He's like, guys, don't worry.
Yeah.
I got this.
It's here.
Into the giant fireball.
I will take it. Like, to be honest, like the character is super well animated. It's cool as
I agree.
It's cool as he has never been, and I know you know who I am talking about. Like he finally is that cool. He had been trying so hard, and in the end, he only needed to cover his face.
I love that you preserve his identity as the.
I respect him. I respect that. I mean,
of course, that's the best part about it, right? From one mask wearer to another, I understand where you're coming from now. So it's cool to see also just being able to have a lot of these players kind of like adapt towards like the new character and also really take advantage of like the current state he's in. It's like, why not, right? If you're playing to win, why not do this too? So
yeah, and the character is super fun to play. Like
he is. He genuinely is.
You are enjoying so many mind games, and each time you win, you can do so crazy fun combos. But well, I think none of them are as cool and fun as to crushing the dreams of another man. The shrapnel.
Yo, he got maximum crunch time on that. I don't think I've seen any type of destruction like that severe up until that point. Fenrich, I see you, man. That was a little bit too extra. Hold on.
He's a savage.
He knew what he was doing. He was scared of the Crusher, but he was like, no. He's like shying away from it, but he's got his eye open. He's got like the finger spread. He's like, hold on, I want to see this happen though.
All of these are expert fighting game players. They know their inputs. They know what they are doing in the Crusher.
But it's Fenrich again. As we take a look at the replays, it's been so difficult to catch so far.
And in the end, all of the approaches that Neku tried to do, he really was unable to do it.
Man, like honestly, animation-wise, this character's got it all. I gotta say, as much as we were talking about the replays prior to like the extensions, it is rather difficult to kind of manage, right? We talk about that a bunch, but it is what it is. We're going into the next one in just a bit after this quick commercial.
Play is in our DNA. Whenever we let it out, it becomes our superpower. Now imagine an entire city being built to supercharge it.
Paris, France, the EWC 2026 is on rolling, and here we have two more players who are placing anything on the fire. They are willing to take it home, but of course they will have to survive. We are talking about Abao and Punko. One will stay, one will go. My dear Vicious, this is like the Thunderdome.
It's starting to feel that way, especially with what's happening right now. There's going to be elimination phase between Punko and Abao. And you look at the way that they've been playing thus far, right? Abao was the one that was kind of playing a little bit behind against Lancer when you were taking a look at that Billy gameplay, but it was Punko, I feel like, who's always been the aggressive style, who's always been the one to try to initiate. Will we see that dynamic within this matchup itself?
I really hope so, man. Abao, of course, going into a complete steamroller during the last chance qualifier. But well, Punko is always a man that you have to be worried about. You never know what you're gonna get against him, and with his Gato, that's for sure. Are we gonna feel the Thunder Thighs, or Mr. Kane is going to establish his control style gameplay? We are going to see that about the now. My dear people, aren't you excited? Are we feeling it here today on the EWC? Thank you for being with us today. Here we go. It's just about a check. Sorry, I got hyped.
I mean, that's totally fair.
The mix-up. I fell into the mix-up,
right? That's, everybody falls for it eventually. But I mean, like with the anticipation of like both players considering their positioning right now, who couldn't be hyped about this? And all things considered right now, Punko, when you think about like his current position as Gato going up against the last chance qualifier here in the lower bracket side, it does get kind of hype. It does get kind of intense. So it's hard to keep it together sometimes.
I fell for it, my people. I am so sorry, but it doesn't matter because we are feeling here together. Look at that plate, bro. You want to name engrave on there, that's for sure. Because it not only includes the prize, not only includes the meaning, but also $250,000. Man, bitches, that's a lot of cards for you. That's a lot of cardboard.
It's a lot of shiny cardboard.
Yeah.
Facts, right? I'm not trying to get bulk. I'm trying to get the big deal. I'm trying to get the big money, as all the other players are, obviously. But I will say this. There is a lot of pride that goes on with some of these games as well, because it's not even just in the heat of EWC. This lasts for a very, very long time, sometimes a lifetime when it comes to some of the matchups that you do face off on the big stages, right?
And that's for sure, and that's something I love about the FGC becoming part of this whole ecosystem. It's also part of the pride that it's bringing to these games that have always been, for more than 30 years, part of a competitive scene that have been growing and becoming more and more serious. So it's just fantastic to have these our games on this scenario. But here we go. The stage is for Punko and Abao is starting swing.
And now you talk about like what the dynamic was between like the players. Now we get to see it more so within the character matchups themselves, right? I feel like Billy has been one of the,
dominant,
the biggest villains for a long time in regards to keeping players away. And guess what? Gato is definitely one of those characters that needs to be in your face. In fact, I felt like for the longest time, this has definitely been a detriment towards Gato's gameplay.
Yeah, for sure. Gato is a character that wants to be very, very close with you, chest to chest, belly to belly, in the close range. But look at that, Abao being the one trying to go in for the second time in a row. He's gonna get the big hit, and this is going to be the Billy B&B with a lot of damage, rising up to the sky with the fire. Not enough to kill, but almost.
I mean, he owns it at this point. It's not even like the Billy B2B or B&B. It's definitely the Billy and Butter at this point. You're waking up to buttons? That's buttons and Billy.
Indeed. And you can see those buttons reaching all the place in the stage. The long range Billy Kane. Oh, but look at that Punko with the big challenge, and we are rising over the waterfall like the legend of the dragon who grows into a beautiful creature. What a cross-up! I'm getting into the corner, but it doesn't matter because we're feeling the pain.
Yeah, beautiful sequencing now from Punko. We are gonna get the knockdown and the chase, but it's not gonna lead to much. Actually, mistiming the meaty against the bow. Oh, rev blow on the way through.
The rev blow is not going to hit. Now Punko waiting for his chance, and there is the chance. He let it rip a little bit too much, about feeling safe when it is not possible. But look at that great confirm out of the end here. And you are gonna cash out a lot of damage here, Abao. Not enough to kill, but it's gonna be close.
One more sequence. Tries to go for the neutral jump, empty low.
Good patience from Punko.
All the way through. It's the red blow. You caught Abao jumping back.
Are you doing it again? No, he just felt too much fear, bro. He pressed a button and let himself killed.
To be honest, you saw him revving up. Abao was actually at 98%. So that overheat was going to be a big factor if he decided to block the entire sequence, right?
Yeah. He was going to go for the guard break for sure, but I don't know, man. I would have wished for that situation instead of just simple defeat. Good neutral hop over there in order to get a little bit out of those connections. But Abao, I think he needs a little bit more of consistency. Punko has been able to break his momentum when he's playing the best.
And now we see a pretty significant slowdown, right? This spacing between Gato and Billy is a very imperative one for the side of the bow. Now he gets to kind of dictate the pace. He doesn't... Ooh, I was going to say, he does initialize.
It's a Punko game. Oh, but the bow is not able to capitalize out of that. And now Punko will have... He gave a gift, and he rejected it. What's happening, Vicious?
I don't know. I was just about to ask you, like, what is happening in that sequence? Bao had so much meter to him as well. He could have cashed out as much as he wanted to, but now he's holding on to both these supers. He's also losing a lot of momentum.
And in the worst moments of Punko is when he's giving out those empty DPs, and Bao was unable to get them out of it, but he's gonna get that landing. Oh, good. That's good. That's good. That's great for Bao, because that small mistake could have grown into a snowball kind of situation, but he is able to chill down, get that moment of mistake from Punko. He's going to catch that landing and get the most out of it. Punko knows that he made a mistake, and he's allowing a little bit too much for Bao.
Yeah, there's been a lot of pressure from both ends. We've seen some significant drops, but it's still in the recovery in favor of Bao right now. We actually just got a very big update coming in from the side of Logan Sama saying Bao had actually taken down Punko 3-0 about last month, so it's not going to be the first time they've encountered each other. I haven't been able to keep up with everybody on the tour, but I'm glad that everybody else has actually got like the time to let us know what's really good. So it makes a lot of sense that we kind of see that score if that's truly acknowledged, right? Like it's a matchup between Billy and Gato. This is something that's been happening since season 1. I feel like Billy has very much so had the upper hand against Gato.
Completely right, Vicious. You are right. The matchup is a little bit on the side of Billy. Of course, being able to control the space, being able to control those approaches from the Kung Fu master, the glove trotter himself. But we will see Punko was so very close. It's just a couple of mistakes that make it, and it's because of this. Like, he has been doing a lot of mileage out of those guard cancels. I wish to see more of it, and when he is capitalizing and now complete owner of the stage, I think this is the rhythm that Punko was looking for, but Bao is not going to allow that. He's just going to wake up with buttons, Vicious.
And I want to say, man, although Bao had the upper hand, Punko is now showing off that he is capable of taking down the matchup. All things considered, he did take him down over at Evo Japan 2-0, so we could see maybe a difference so long as he could find a closeout.
3 out of 3 in the same spot, in the same moment with those guard cancels. I love what I'm seeing from Punko, but of course he cannot capitalize the most out of it. Ooh, another one. So good, and now he can capitalize out of it. He has the bar. He's going to spend everything in order to ensure the kill. I like that from Punko. It's not only to get the advantage, but also to show that he can bring the victories when he needs it.
Totally fine, absolutely willing to spend the hidden gear super to get the rest of that life bar. Again, being able to survive another round is just ever so important. With how much life he had left, he was in SPG territory as well.
Yeah, so some other players would have gone with only 1 bar, like trying to be greedy about things, but no. Punko knows that he needs the momentum shift. He needs to bring the Xenoidal graph into his favor, but we will see yet again those guard cancels. I am loving this from Punko.
Oos! Fancier yet again, giving him the high knees.
Rising over the waterfall, trying to maintain all of that, not getting out of there. As Jab would say, this is an oppression session from Punko. He is uninstalling the game. He is controlling everything. About one last chance. When are you gonna do the super Punko with the style? I love it. I love it. Perfect execution, Vicious. This is a master of his craft.
That was beautifully executed. You got the bait out of the super. You knew the super was still going to be active, and you get the just defense mid-air and the punish accordingly. Plenty of time to catch the recovery frames. Take a look at that. Beautifully done. Although it wasn't a perfect, it was in my book. He was stunned.
Rico. That's what you say, delicious, perfectly executed by Punko over there. That's part of what I love about this game, and it allows you to get those hype moments out of regular kind of interactions. You can always give that point of excellence.
All tied up, but you get the wild punish, maybe trying to get a bait out. Was Punko afterwards.
Look at him investing in all of that temperature. He doesn't care that he is revving up. He knows that he will have the advantage, and with all that damage, he will get cooldown.
And it was so wild, too, that he called out the guard cancel against Bao earlier, but... Damn! Stealing turns right after the recovery of the forward B.
those are hitting. When Punko is feeling like that, he's very hard to stop. We have seen some of the best in the business to fall before his big momentum, and he's even going for the base.
Man, you're getting a lot of mileage out of these hop kicks. What did I just say? A lot of mileage, catching a bow, trying to jump out of the way.
You are bringing the analysis, perfect analysis over there, Vicious. And now the hits from middle range with the big palm, opening a lot of possible damage over here for Punko, who has the momentum, the positioning, and of course, the mindset of a champion.
The full sequence, we got the ignition, so much damage to be held. Wait a minute, let's see if we can get maybe a sequence at the back turn. I was waiting for the command grab and gold. What did we were just talking about it too. He doesn't finish it off though.
Okay, are you gonna do it again? It was the perfect moment to do it again and just break Abao's psyche, but it doesn't matter. Abao is gonna try to be the hero of this legend. He tried last time and he wasn't able to do it. Can Punko survive? Oh, he's gonna get the legs, the pristine shoes, hitting in the right moment. Those are custom boots, by the way, but he has been doing that so many times. Punko with those guard cancels in the exact moment, just breaking Billy's crouching offensive. I like what I am watching from Punko right now. He looks so strong.
I'm not gonna lie to you, I didn't think it was gonna kill. I didn't think like the guard cancel was going to be like just enough to get like that much life out of the way. I'm quite surprised, but man, the defensive capabilities of these players really is quite impressive, even like under pressure.
I think it's gonna be a game as we develop more and more technology. Here, look at that. It's going to be so dangerous to be crazy about your offense in this game, and you just love to see it.
And even Abao, he was like, he was kind of frustrated at himself. He's like, man, I didn't think I would get severely punished for a light sequence like that.
I am just pressing my regular sequence. I just want to end it and go back into neutral. No, Punko say no, boy.
And it's a common sequence that we see from like a lot of the roster, like universally from character to character, utilized by every single player. But having the defensive capabilities and recognition of when they want to go for it, and then executionally going for a guard cancel is like a whole separate issue. The fact that Punko was able to do so under pressure in order for him to get that round, that was a pretty big deal. In that game even, right? Now up 2-1.
In a perfect position over here, Punko going for the read of the throw and getting the full damage over here as 50% of Abao, well, 45% of Abao's life is gone. Another one. Do it again.
Go for a third one. Oh, you know he wanted buttons off of that.
That's for sure. And it was have hit. That's the one part of it, right?
Oh, maybe the best part, considering who you ask.
Oh, for sure. Now the big buttons from Billy with those far C's trying to get any kind of momentum, coming close. Punko with the backdash, beautiful stuff, going for the throw. But look at the pass. Look at the pass. He didn't overextend his offensive, and now he's just willing to get the right poke.
A little bit too far out for the extension. Now trying to play keep away. Punko doesn't really need to chase down, right? He could be big chillin'. He could play from range as well.
He's trying to do that, but what a confirm over here from Abao.
I like that, all from a big punish. Waking up with violence, and it pays off for sure. The invincible uppercut. Giving him the high knees. Look at that match point.
Control chaos, we should say at the start of this stream, and he's proving that. Going to the sky, lighting it up. This is Washington, D.C., maybe?
Perhaps. Good call out.
Then the Stairway to Heaven, of course, the Gato special, maintaining the pressure. Great stuff over there. Punko always perfectly done. Those aerial just defense are simply fantastic. But the catch-up from Abao, that has been his own move during all this match, and it's still working.
Very valid too, but not enough. Punko now on the offensive yet again. Trying to utilize movement, but Bao jumping himself out of the corner. Very active on movement for both.
This is match point, Vicious. The bait.
Oh, that was beautifully done too. He baited out the jump because he thought the command grab was coming. Oh, that's so far. Punko just one more sequence away.
Why you don't go for it? He's being so patient right now, but is this going to be his downfall? Like in the moment that you need to finish the bite, don't play with your food. Close it.
Counter it against him.
Abao knew it. He didn't expend the bar because the next hit will be confirmed into the super. That for sure. The ignition gear is lock and loaded. Come over here. That's going to be it. Abao survive to fight another round.
That's crazy to see as well.
You want to take me out, you have to take me all the way.
You gotta earn it. Everything is earned here. On the line for elimination at EWC, Punko does have a lot of meter to him as well. Abao just about to build the same. When you get the guard cancel, isn't enough. He tried to steal his turns by dashing on up. Abao with a big interruption, and now the sequencing coming in from Billy. Again, another guard cancel.
I told you that he's doing it every single time that Abao is trying to go for that sequence. That's so then you're finally catching the landing. The Abao special. Punko is not respecting a lot, but he's playing a little bit too dangerous. Vicious, I think Abao is in a good position to take this game.
Not gonna be enough damage. He's gonna go for the knockdown though. One more sequence.
Beautiful.
Side of the Abao. He baits out the rev blow. Is this gonna be enough damage? The defense gonna kick in for the SPG.
Coming in clutch, that for sure. And he doesn't care. He goes for it again. Punko showing us that he is not learning lessons. He's a man with the plan, and he is going for it. He's going to get the crumble. It's going to be a lot of damage. Are we going to go for the secreto de ignition gear? No, he didn't want it. With all of that heat,
he couldn't optimize it. Oh, but he still gets the counter hit. Abao tried to press a button on wake up. Punko delivered the meaty and got the rest of it. Punko eliminating Abao with the clutch decision to keep up with the meaty. That was insane. He was forced to drop out of the combo. He could not capitalize on a hidden gear super, and he knew it because it would have forced the overheat. He wouldn't get the sequence to follow up the way that he did. But what a series of decisions made for the side of Punko.
That's a man who
absurd.
That's a man who looks into the future, Vicious, and so smart from you to detect it. He wanted to go for the Oki situation instead of the damage, and he gets the cash out of it. What a move for Punko. He looks so happy right now. People say that sometimes.
I can't tell.
No,
can't tell.
He is. I can't tell. Like normally he is very unexpressive, but right now he is feeling himself. And congratulations, Punko has earned it.
Get ready for demolition. Punko eliminating the last chance qualifier champ, Abao. Now we bid him adieu, unfortunately, but that just means we've got our fourth player from Group B.
Oh, I like this angle way better. Ah, look at the massacre.
Nasty.
All the shrapnel Vicious. It's so dangerous to be there.
Yeah, I think about that a lot, actually. I'm glad they have like the protective glass.
Yeah.
And they make sure that people are a decent distance away. But congratulations to Punko qualifying out of Group B, joining alongside other players. We have Fenrich, we have Score, we have Goichi.
So legendary. Okay. That was simply fantastic, but for us, that's going to be it. But we are not going to leave you alone. We're going down to the analysis desk in order to hear more for those fantastic matches. Vicious, give me that hand. Thank you very much for sharing these moments with us and people there. We're going to break for a moment, and we will be right back.
Man, what a just series of events. 6 matches in a row, and the relief on Punko's face at the very end there almost looked like he was had tears in his eyes. You could tell how much winning that series, staying alive, moving forward to playoffs meant to that very man. Hey, welcome back. I'm Taylor Reflections, Noble Course, Yipes, and Logan Sama. Yipes, first time on the desk, man. How you feeling? What's been going on?
Man, I'm excited. I'm just so antsy to see more action. I mean, I was here just waiting so we can actually do the analysis desk, but I'm just like literally walking back and forth, just
screaming when the keys are being crushed.
Yes.
You're a menace.
I like seeing digital violence, so sometimes to see it, you know, it's a classic thing to actually see it get destroyed every single time. So.
Yeah, we've never got to see it in person.
That's right.
No. You always be like in a tunnel or something.
In a tunnel, we're in a different venue. Now we get to hear it, we get to see it. It is violent, it is fun. And let's talk about it, because for the first time in our tournament for Fatal Fury at EWC, we have eliminated our first batch of players. 4 are gone. Neku, Lancer, Basher, and Abao. Abao making it through the LCQ, making it to this stage. For all 4 of these players in general, Logan, it's a massive accomplishment to make it to the biggest stage Fatal Fury has to offer.
I mean, it is, but they're not going to be happy with that.
Sure.
There's very little consolation in that. They're definitely going to want to have held a better account of yourself. You know, Yipes is a fantastic competitor through his years. You don't want to get to the finals and go 0-2, right? That's like the worst experience.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, one guy that is moving forward, and he battled hard. Finrich, let's hear what he had to say.
Richie, after his epic 2 games to open the day, Lancer was the first match, seemed to get past that fairly easily, but then Goichi was another type of mountain. I'm going to ask him about how he feels about both those games. お疲れ様でした。まずは。
お疲れ様です。
ですね。まずはランサー選手と対戦してあんまりは問題はなかったんですけども、その5-1戦はかなりきつそうでしたが、その両戦どう思いましたか？
そうですね。ランサーさんの試合の時はすごくそのやりたいことが通ったっていうのもあって、そのこちらの空手のやりたいことが通ってランサーさんの空手のやりたいことが通りづらかったっていうそのちょっと噛み合ったっていう部分が大きかったなっていうのが相性が良かったですね。はい。
So I asked him about the Lancer match and he said that, you know, in the karate mirror, he had the feeling that he had the right read, he had the right feeling on how Lancer was approaching the match. The stuff that he wanted to do just kind of went through, kind of worked, and everything that Lance tried to do just didn't work. And he feels that, you know, maybe there was a slight advantage in the player matchup department. So on to Goichi. で、続いてGoichi戦はどうでしたか？
そのやっぱお互い日本勢っていうのもあって、対戦していてやっぱどちらの癖もやっぱお互い分かっているっていうところもあってやっぱ最初やっぱここ読まれてるなとか
やっぱり
で途中からそのこちらも対応して少しずつ合わせていけるようになったのですが最後はちょっとあれでしたね力及ばずで間に合わなかったですね。
はい。So I asked him about the Goichi match and he replied that because, you know, obviously both being from Japan, there's a lot of similarity in the approach to the game, and they know each other's habits and patterns very, very well. And he really felt in the early goings of the match that he was being read very accurately by Goichi. He kind of pulled it back and recovered a little bit, but just wasn't enough time to get the goal before Goichi was able to get the three games. So thank you very much. Appreciate your time. And that's going to be it here for the interview corner. 選手ありがとうございます。
ありがとうございます。
Back to you guys.
All right, Finrich, great to hear from him. Thank you, Ryan Hart, for the interview. Vitality staying alive. Let's see how far they can go. Of course, the club championship up for grabs. We mentioned him at the beginning. He only brought 1 shirt, playing through the LCQs, calling it a miracle. He made it to this stage. Damascus on stage with Pita. Let's hear what Pita had to say.
Thank you, Reflections. Listen, we had to talk to the guy, you know, I'm with my man Pida. Listen, it's a pleasure to see you, obviously. You had the biggest smile all day. A very simple question to start. How are you?
I am feeling surprisingly fine. Not that nervous. Fatigue is a bit more of a problem because, like, on Sunday I was finished with a tournament, then like 1 free day because I had to shop for t-shirts because I didn't have anything here. I had to razors, like things for hygiene, like everything. Yesterday was media day. Like, you know, the fatigue is kind of setting in, but I'm still going to try my best.
Yeah, and like for you, it's kind of the first time you're in this like very like highest level environment. We've seen you in a lot of open brackets. You did well, you know, lots of multiple top 8s, but now it's the first time in that big like quote unquote esports environment. How is that? You know, like you're always there. Seen you at breakfast this morning. You go to breakfast, all the players are there. How's the vibe?
it feels slightly unreal still. Like one Sunday, it was just it felt like a miracle happened pretty much, right? I still feel slightly out of place. I know I am on this level gameplay wise. Like I know that I can beat people. Like it's not that I don't belong here, but it's still slightly difficult to believe, really.
Well, we're all very happy to see you, and your first opponent is Dark Angel. I believe you guys have met in Brussels Challenge. You took the win that time. Obviously, lots of things changed. New character came out, everything. How do you feel about that upcoming match?
You know, it's one of the opponents where I feel a bit more confident about, because like, from his whole character pool that he can pick, it's like 4 different characters. I feel you know, it's the matchups where I feel like I am good at. I am confident in, because like that's always the problem with playing the game in like small communities like Europe, right? You just don't get the matchup experience, like all the matchup experience you need, and I don't think that should be a factor here. So I'm feeling slightly confident.
All right, perfect. Listen, wish you best of luck, Pida. It's really good to see you. Thank you so much, guys. Back to the desk. We love this guy, and you know, personally, I'm kind of gonna cheer for him. You know, Taylor, up to you.
Hey, thank you, Damascus. I think we're all going to cheer for him. I mean, come on, talk about an incredible story, not even bringing anything, calling it a miracle. Now he's here to play in Group C, and he'll be taking the stage in just a moment's time, playing against Dark Angel. He feels confident. Thanks to character selection, it's going to go his way. But we've got a lot to recap, boys. 6 matches ended up taking place. There was heartbreak. There was elation. It gave us a little bit of everything. Let's start, though, with the 3-0. It was Punko going against Score to start off with a big 3-0 win in the winner's bracket.
Yeah, I mean, Score kept the mask on. It got the job done for him previously, and then he was able to overcome Punko. You can see how much it meant to Punko. He was stressed, man. But let's move on to this one.
So the thing is, like, coming into this tournament, he's confident, all of us, obviously, right? But when you got a top echelon player like Score playing Mr. Karate, that's what they get to, excuse me. Oh, this is Fenrich and Goichi, sorry. Fenrich and Goichi, listen, this is an everlasting rivalry. These guys used to be teammates back in the day, so for these guys going up against each other in different classes is pretty cool.
I almost thought that Goichi was going to let him win, because it's the last time he actually beat Goichi was the first ever tournament, Brussels Challenge in 2025.
Ah, okay.
Went down to the last game.
He's a savage, though. He's not going to let anybody win. Goichi feeling pretty bad, but honestly looking really good out there on the stage. We move forward, and it was Lancer Abao that ended up taking place, and a big 3-2 win came out, and of course, Neku and Basher as well. Basher, you know, we highlighted him, we hyped him up, we talked about him. Unfortunately, one of our first competitors eliminated.
He was eliminated, Mexico versus Mexico. Neku went on, but as you can see, it was a short-lived run. We see Cristiano Ronaldo bow out of another World Cup.
I knew it was coming from you. Ronaldo hyped up, of course, not only in the World Cup, but also here on the stage, but didn't have enough gas to get to the finish line. Abao and Lancer ended up going against each other later on, and Abao ended up getting a big win. Lancer, of course, eliminated, but that wasn't all. We then moved forward. Fenrich versus Neku, and Fenrich ended up getting a big win. And, of course, Punko as well against Abao, a 3-1 win. And, you know, you can't tell by that face, did he win? Did he lose? What was happening? But you know what? He's just a nice guy, and he's just thinking, man, it just sucks to eliminate.
He is going through every single emotion on that stage right now, and I'm here for it.
That's right. We're all here for it. And we've got more to go. That was just Group B, and we still have Group C to get through. But for all of you out there, not only is the competition fresh, but so is the meta and the new characters coming in. Kinshiro, the Fist Up, the North Star is in the game. Check them out. Okay, that was...
Whoever is next to die, come step forward. Love will never die. stronger together. Not bad. You are already dead. Fatal Fury, City of the Wolves.
Body was built to move. Not trapped at a desk in one singular posture for 12 hours a day. It's time your chair evolved. This is Secret Lab Titan Evo. Ergonomically engineered for you, gamers, hybrid workers, artists, backing your every move.
Welcome back in. Group C about to come your way, which means, again, more elation, some heartbreak as we'll get deeper and deeper. 4 more players need to be eliminated. 4 more players need to move forward into the playoffs. I'm Taylor Reflections Noble, Logan Summon. Of course, this time around, Rome, welcome to the desk. How you feeling?
Feeling good, fellas. Good to see y'all. It's been crazy already. I'm loving these matches, but I'm glad to wind down and chill with the chaps here.
Oh, man, we're going to keep the energy up high, man, because Dark Angel, PETA, they're coming up, right? And we just heard from PETA in an interview with Damascus, feeling confident the character pool he feels from Dark Angel isn't a threat.
I mean, you got to feel confident, right? This is his hometown. PETA fighting his way through the LCQ, bringing that Andy Bogart, Doc Angel, the man who was the hypest last year, bringing in Terry Bogart. I'd like to get the brother matchup, but I have a feeling we're going to see that masked Marauder come through.
It's been fun so far, for sure. PETA would be a tremendous story. Again, not even expecting to make it, at least for himself, through LCQ. He does it. Now he's here, and he can make his dreams come true. After all, that's what the Esports World Cup is all about. And as I learned from Logan just a little bit earlier, that's what the fighting game scene is all about, right? You've got these players come in and they make a life for themselves. Truly, truly monumental. Dark Angel, PETA will be playing up against each other, but ZJ's J and Abumar will also be going. It's a hard one for me, and I don't know why. I'm going to have to use that in my vocal warm-up. But the only T1 player, though, in Fatal Fury has to survive if they want to try and go for those club championship points.
Yeah, absolutely, and he's going up against Abumar representing Falcon, so it's a huge one for the club championship. Of course, the viewers will be at home watching in Saudi. He's the only Saudi representative as well. And he's a devout character specialist, isn't he, with Don Juan, the only one that you really see in any competition.
That's right. Well, we heard from PETA. Let's hear from his competitor. It's Dark Angel representing Na'Vi. Let's hear what he had to say.
Hello everyone, I'm here again for another interview, this time with Dark Angel. Now Dark Angel made a stunning performance last year, getting 3rd place, absolutely phenomenal stuff. I want to know, 3rd place last year, amazing Terry performance. What did he take home from that experience? What does he come in terms of having like a fresh perspective this year, coming to the tournament again? What did he learn last year?
El año pasado te fue muy bien, quedaste 3er puesto, la gente espera mucho de ti. ¿Qué te llevaste de ese torneo? ¿Qué te llevaste a casa y con qué perspectiva quizás nueva vienes a este torneo?
Sí, el torneo del año pasado me fue muy bien, gracias a Dios, se pudo lograr un buen resultado. Así que espero que también este año pueda ofrecerles un buen espectáculo a toda la gente que me apoya. Gané demasiada experiencia porque son jugadores de altísimo nivel y este año experimentaremos un poco más de nivel al ser un poco más de jugadores, que el año pasado fueron 16 y esta vez 32. Y pues nada, voy a dar lo mejor que pueda con mi personaje Terry Bogart. Voy a dar lo mejor con él. Él me dio el pase este año también y pues voy a hacer todo lo que pueda para ganar.
Last year, thank God, I had a really good placement, and this time I'm going to be facing way more experience because it's 32 players instead of 16. I was really happy with the result I had last year, and I wish to give a really good show for everyone that is supporting me right now. And I am grateful to my character Terry Bogart that gave me the qualification this year as well. I'm going to do the best I can.
Sounds like a very good plan. Now, his first opponent is going to be PETA, the man who qualified through the LCQ, coming in fourth with the Andy. How does he feel about his first opponent?
¿Qué sientes de tu primer oponente que va a ser Peter, quien clasificó con el personaje Andy?
Siento que Pida es un jugador con mucho potencial. De hecho, tuve la oportunidad de jugarle en Bruselas, donde me mandó a Losers 2-1, así que más o menos ya nos conocemos y pues hay mucho conocimiento en este match y será un buen espectáculo.
I think he's a player with a huge potential. We played once, and he sent me to the losers brackets 2-1 in Brussels.
Oh wow!
So yeah. I think this is going to be a great matchup, and I'm going for it.
Sent him to losers bracket. Wow! So they've got a bit of history. We did not know about that. So awesome stuff. Looking forward to seeing how that match all unfolds. Dark Angel, thank you for your time, and thank you. We'll see you for the next one.
The past matchup brings confidence. Dark Angel just as confident as PETA, but only one can win this matchup. Who's it going to be? It's up to them to decide. As I said, moving into Group C, Dark Angel versus PETA coming up first. ZJZ, Abu Omar. Of course, ZJZ coming from the T1 side of things, the only T1 competitor represented here. Of course, for the club championship, that's going to matter the most. Kojiko for NIP going against VX Bao, another AGAL. We witnessed Basher eliminated, so it's up to VX Bao to carry the torch. And the Nemo going against Mock. Mock, our only Falcons player so far we have seen today at least, coming out to represent over here in Fatal Fury. Out of the four matchups that you just heard, which one, Rome, do you think is the most exciting or potentially giving us the biggest upset?
When it comes to excitement, I think it's got to be these two. I talked about it again. Dark Angel last year really held it down. One of the most exciting players throughout the entire broadcast. Everyone cheered for him as the wild card. When it comes to upset, Peter's already beaten him, so we can't consider that one. But I will say VX Bao, a dominating playing in multiple games. I think in Fatal Fury, he has yet to find that huge win. So him taking the game over Koji KOG, which is one of the most phenomenal players, might be the upset today in terms of results.
Okay, what about you? Any spiciness you're thinking heading our way? Because again, we've set up Dark Angel, PETA, but I'm curious if there's anything else. And actually, let's go ahead and toss to the stage and get it underway, Logan, because I think the crowd wants to see some action go down. Let's get Group C started.
For every click, every clutch, every respawn, we were there for the years of grind, and we're here. Now, the proud founding partner of EWC, powering the biggest event in gaming, shoulder to shoulder with the world's best, making history. Greatness deserves a stage. Lenovo Legion, reach your impossible.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to more Fatal Fury action. City of the the Wolves is out, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to get to this Group C action. Of course, I'm on the scene, IFC Ice, with my brother, Esteban Sabroso.
Oh, you know.
Steve. My guy, my brother. How the hell are you, G?
Bro, it's a pleasure to be here talking about some City of the Wolves on a stage like this with so much crazy representation, right? We got so many players coming from these regions. One of the reasons I'm super happy that we got Colt here talking about some of these players that I might not be too familiar with. I'm such a fan of that. But even more so, I want to see who's going to be a champion coming out of here for Fatal Fury City of the Wolves, man. I love seeing this game on this stage, and I love that the players have elevated their gameplay to actually make this quite the show. But I feel like this is the football fighting game of the world. Everybody, every region has some players in this game, whether it's a KOF, whether it's a Fatal Fury. They got stakes. They got skin in the game.
Oh, absolutely, man. Speaking of regions, Europe star player Peter's first game on the world stage, winning through the likes of the LCQ, which is pretty ridiculous. And then obviously going up against a juggernaut like Dark Angel off your rip for your debut. Outstanding.
Yeah, man. And this guy, Dark Angel, you got to know, my man just puts on. He's a bulldozer, I like to say. My man really kind of like pushes you to try to react, but also he does a good job of controlling it with the offense as well. So I want to see what the actual gameplay is going to be.
So the thing about Dark Angel that makes him scary, so he'll do a lot of like poke game, right? Big damage, of course. Terry Bogard, everybody knows he hits like a tank. But people get so impatient to the point where they're just trying to stick out buttons and bam, that stand roundhouse whip punish into the level one. It's like patented at this point for Dark Angel. He had a great performance last year, finishing strong in third. We were just talking about that in this interview, of course, with Ryan Hart. Shout out to Ryan Hart. But he's here to keep on that Terry Bogardian life alive and entertain the folks at home. So this is also, speaking of which, shout out to everybody at home watching. I don't know where you at, was your region, but please just hit some random buttons in the chat. This is fire, man. We are celebrating some city of the... Let me
bro, I like doing that. The echo is crazy. The sound quality in this bad boy has been ridiculous. I've been hearing the guys all around, and it's a lore match. Terry versus Andy. Andy, one of these characters that I love what they've done with him so far. And on top of that, got some nice little appropriate buffs, but you got to be careful. Let's see how Dark Angel and Peter's going to get down. We started off, and they're going straight to the zoning game.
Yes. I was just going to back up. Gonna take our sweet old time. What Dark Angel is looking for is obviously the demon flips or the teleport, either or. That's why he's playing a little more safe. And there it is, the burn knuckle. The burn knuckle into the throat. Condition already. That was a delayed tech. Peter got to be careful on the next interaction.
And I like that he's using this ground wave to try to keep him at bay. We know Andy doesn't have